Section 2.
Well, I think Southampton needs to stop saying that they're better than us when they never win.
That's
Like,
make
it's
sure.
like 10 losses in a
Don't
row
go
or something
dropping
now.
maps to Edinburgh and UWE that, and you know.
Focus on our games. Don't look at other games.
Of some that were actually a big deal, but yeah, it worked out for us. So
Were they toxic in your game?
no, we were.
Okay.
Well, what a surprise.
But and because apparently like there was some vote manipulation happening. But this is allegedly. This is allegedly.
I feel like I knew none of this, and now there's like an entire new can of worms.
Yeah.
I just want to hit Div 1. I really think we can hit Div 1. And that's like just by us being consistent and playing at our best, because we do have some moments where we do genuinely play well.
Okay, so we've got one aiming for about top 16, right? Maybe top 32 if it's NSC. Yuki, what do you think?
So no Horrocks there. That's my goal.
Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the unNUELable podcast. I'm joined by almost 3 new people, but along the way we're going to pick up some more as well. It's a very exciting, very diverse episode, so get ready for that. I'm joined first by Rene. I'm also joined by Chief, who is a slideshow right now. Let's see if that improves. And of course, Voltzer, who joined us a few episodes ago. Do you guys want to introduce a bit about yourselves? Rene, you go first. Tell the world who you are.
Hello, I'm Rene. I am currently tank for Oxford. I played DPS for 4 years for them before. I'm doing PhD, so they're stuck with me. And back in 2019-2020, I founded and played on Oblivione in Contenders.
So I'm Chief. I'm a first-year flex DPS for ICL. I appear to be a phantom right now. I don't know what's going on, but I'm in and out, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, the first year guy coming in first year. Hopefully, it's going to be good.
I'm Voltzer, and I'm the rep and main support for Southampton. I've been on a few times before, but I'm also currently on the academy team of the same team Rene founded, which is Hypnos. So it's quite funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny as well because Chief, this is your first year. This is my last year. Voltzer, is this your last year? Are you near your last year?
Second to last.
Okay, so you got another year, and then Rene, you've probably got like 20 left, and you've been here for 20.
Yeah, no, I'll do a post grad afterwards, and postdoc, and be here till I'm 40.
Goodness.
And
oh my
no,
goodness.
if I finish PhD in like the expected time frame, me and Big Bog will finish in the same year.
Okay, that seems kind of broken because I'm fairly sure in 3 years' time there's no one left from Warwick. So like it could just be Oxford always there, just waiting for the moment. But okay, let's talk about lots of different things because we've got here the sort of almost championship teams. Let's look at Newell first because that was a while ago, and there was a very exciting match I want to talk about first, which was ICL versus Oxford in Newell. I believe I casted it. That was a 3-1 victory to Oxford. Probably it felt a little bit unexpected at the time. I think Oxford, we'd seen you guys do well, but it was a big improvement. What were your thoughts on the match, Rene, when you played them?
I think by the time we played them this term, it felt like previous years where ICL is like a very like go team. Like that's how they are. They've been, that's their style. They've been like that for years. So I think it took us a little bit to find our feet. Like first 2 maps were pretty close / lost. So, but I think once we saw them come out on Zarya map 3, I think we sort of felt comfortable like that we'd cracked it a little bit. So I think it took a bit of catching up to speed because for the guys who hadn't played them before, because we didn't have Big Bog when we played them in the regular season. So once I think he got up to speed with like the pace of how they were playing and the timing he wanted to do and running around and running backwards and so on, we figured it out. But it was a usual sort of ICL like tough like game where you have to really like be on the ball.
Yeah. There's something we always talk about with ICL, which is I'm fairly sure whenever we hear sort of ICL comms, it's either Geode or Carl saying, no, we need to go deeper. We need to go further in. We're not going fast enough. We're not going deep enough. So I mean, Chief, is that your perspective?
Yeah.
Am I just like?
I mean, yeah, that sounds about right, to be honest. I feel like recently, right, since I've come in, I've been kind of pushing for a bit more of a like patient playstyle, so I think it's a bit more pushback on that sometimes, and I think at the moment we're in a weird spot where we're kind of trying to figure out what we're trying to do, right? Like we're kind of, do we play Zarya into that? Do we play Monkey into that? Do we go slow, turn tank when we engage, or what do we do? We're kind of all over the place, got a bunch of different ideas, so kind of all over the place. I also think it doesn't really help with how the meta's been, you know, like with the Malgan, the Juno. We aren't exactly that flexible right now, so it gets a bit tricky. And yeah, I think it's kind of a rough one for us, really. So it kind of is what it is sometimes, I think. I mean, and like you said, right, with the Zarya, we've kind of just thrown stuff out there, seeing what happens, I think. So
Yeah, I mean, the Diva was similar for us. That's unpracticed. It was a spur of the moment.
I mean, speaking of unpracticed heroes, do you want to talk about the ball, Rene?
That's a practiced hero. That's a practiced hero.
That's a practiced hero.
I played that back in the day. Off tanks used to play ball sometimes in like old time.
Bro, this was before I was born at this point.
Yeah. This is like post goats. There were like sort of like spam metas where you played like no defensive support, like no brig or anything. So you could play ball into like Bapsens and stuff like that and wit snipers and get away with it. So
yeah. I mean, one thing I wanted to mention as well though was like Volta, we've seen you switch off the Lucio and actually play the Juno, right? Chief, why didn't Geo do the same? Like, can you give like a thought process there? Because you guys have the Reaper, right? You guys have a Wits to play. Like, surely you have the potential if you just play Juno to kind of go crazy. Like, what was the thought here?
Yeah, you'd think so. So here's a little insider knowledge here. At one point, we tried playing just straight up the Malga comp in scrims, right? I don't remember who it was against. It was some random team. It was like a 4-5 scrim or whatever it was. And it didn't go well. In the slightest, we were getting like full held all over the place. It just went terribly. And we're like, okay, no, this isn't us. We don't want to do this style. We don't think it's going to work out. So we're just going to stick to what we have. It's like, yeah, it probably would be ideal if we did play Juno, but we were like, you know what? It's not going to happen. It's going to get nerfed at some point anyway. Let's just leave it at that and just play what we know and keep trying to make it work, I suppose.
I can see Volta typing that down right now. ICL never play Malga. Puts it in the.
Never say never. Never say never. Just for now. For now.
I see.
Playing a whole different comp is different to one hero, right?
Yeah.
Do you want it to be?
I mean,
that
harsh? Is true, but like we felt like individually we weren't there, you know. So like.
And then I have here the next match, which was also Newell, because this is Newell losers bracket, right? At this point, this losers finals was Southampton versus Oxford. Oxford 3-0'd that finals, or losers finals even, which was a crazy match. Let's hear from you, Volta. What were your thoughts on that match?
Well, I think we're just really a different team when we've had our warm up versus when we haven't. Like into Imperial this week in the lower finals for NSC, we had our warm up and we played a lot better. And that's really all it comes down to is when we do a warm up scrim, we're all in the flow, having good macro, which is when you're playing for purely macro with your comp WinCon, and you don't have good macro on the day, you just lose.
So how come map 3 was the least close?
I think we have to admit it. We're a team that booms.
I would also boom if I lost that map 2. To be fair, that was a disaster.
What was map 2? What happened?
The mid
Kings Row. No, wait. Oh, it was Kings. Oh yeah, that was a different one. Yeah.
Well, we gave them a full cap, and somehow full capped ourselves with very little time.
Wait, is this one that I'm seeing, or is this?
Yeah. So I trolled about 7 times on our defense, and every single time you and Keydog made excuses for me, which is really funny. You were like, oh, maybe it's just a with his playstyle, maybe I'm just fully trolling, and you're like, give me the benefit of the doubt. But
I mean,
I clutched up on attack, so I made up for it.
It's hard for us, right? Like all that I know is that I am just the center of your fucking attention every single time that we play, and I feel like it's like my least favorite experience. So I don't know. When you walk in, it always seems like that's the plan. But at least from my perspective, like the difference between Southampton and Oxford is literally just Billy Jim G doesn't walk as fast as Rene does. I mean, Volta, is that like part of the plan? Are you accepting that Derpy's always going to beat like me or whoever or Big Bog in the 1v1, and you want to play a little bit more patient and take the point presence instead, or like it
is part of the plan, but it's more that it's part of the plan as a result of that weakness.
Okay.
And that's why we're playing, Farah Ash, right? It's as spammy as it gets.
Okay.
Yeah, with the supports as well, right? Like the BAP is spam choice.
Okay, and then yes, this was a 3-0. I mean, Rene, you've talked a little bit about this map. You were happy with the performance, I assume. Like this was a
Yeah.
real amazing one.
I mean, we were playing blind into Southampton. I mean, we knew like they played Farah, but like on Busan, you saw us swap off of Orisa a couple times because it took a bit of like finding our feet with regards to pushing into a comp like an Orisa comp that has more damage than ours, like in the pure sense. And we found our feet in terms of the speed of it. I think on map 3 we were in their face quite a lot, and also like making use of our support ults because we get more of it because we take more damage. So
Yeah.
so someone I remember you guys commenting how Finn was getting his Ray like 50% faster than Ulcer.
Really fast, yeah.
And it's just because
Yeah.
they have Farah Ash. It's like a natural consequence. So I think once we found our footing of that, it was easier. But
I
Paul is
think
also
it's
good
not just
in spots.
the team comp choice though. I think if I play better, I can build it faster still.
Yeah.
Our comps aren't that different. It's just
But Tracer v Farah is a huge.
I have to do the Redo roll where you tell everyone what to do. So there's less time to focus on what you're shooting.
I mean, on the side of in fact, actually, let's talk about what happened in finals actually, because we could talk about a particular player there. It was a 4-2, which was yeah, maybe you guys were down a player, right? So you had Berry
Yeah,
in instead of
but
Acquiesced.
I don't think we win on the day if we have Acquiesced. I'll say that. I don't think it was Acquiesced would have played better, but I don't think it would have won the 4 maps that we lost.
I mean, I could talk a little bit about map 1, which was I don't know who saw that, but in map 1, of course, we played J9 on Junker Queen and Orisa, which I can see you shaking your head, Volk. So that was from our perspective, I can give the perspective. It was both us egoing because, of course, we thought that Oxford being down a player would be so much easier than playing them in the past. But also, there was the idea that I don't think we've won control in so long. Like
You won control later in the series, playing Doom.
Yes, but it was a different control map.
So?
I don't know. For us, anyway, like basically, I think we won the first point of Busan, which was Sanctuary, right? Because I was able to play Ash, longest sidelines. I think you mentioned this when we messaged afterwards.
You should
right?
just play more. You should just play more Ash.
Yeah,
I think you
agree.
figured it out.
But it's like on Midtown, for example. I don't know.
You
like
can play it.
Maybe I should have done.
You can play
but
Widow in Midtown.
But here's the other problem that you're probably not considering was that Big Bog is absolutely insane. Like
Yeah. But like, if we're not
is,
playing Ball and you're playing Doom and we have Widow/Ash, you have so much more freedom.
Well, you think I should have played it just from the start and just sat on Ash?
You could
Maybe.
have tried. I think you're not wrong that we could have tried to mirror Ash once we were losing like 3 maps in a row. Like, why not? But it's a really challenging role. Like, you have to really know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like Big Bog, like he hasn't touched the scrim before this year, and so he described it himself like as overwhelming, like me screaming in his ear the whole game. So like the Ash role, if you're playing Ash into like Ball or Doom, you have to like be really aware of like when stuff's gonna hit you because you have to play smart. So it's Cass is easier. So
Yeah, I mean, it kind of scares me that you say that, to be honest, because he's only going to keep improving. And to be honest, like he's easily Derpy's level, right? He's easily the same level as like the best hit scans. So that's just for him being around for so many years as well, like you said. That's crazy. That's just really scary. So there's a lot of potential there. I mean, as you said, like the later maps weren't as close because we sort of figured things out. I remember Elios. It was just you in the back line, and then Andreas and Jay.
yeah. It's literally like we ended up result with like 3v2 on both teams, and you guys probably were going to win that every time.
Yeah.
But it was getting to the point where I couldn't get anywhere near the Ash on Orisa, so I tried Ball. But
yeah, there was a crazy. I really hope we can. Kai can pull this up and edit. There was a crazy Shuvi play on Juno, which kept him alive versus you on Ball. We watched it back. That was mind blowing. But yeah, as you said, once we sort of figured it out, it got a little bit easier. And it's gonna be the same circumstance as well with the NSC finals. I wish we played the full team. You know, like I wish both finals were.
Although when you say you were playing the Queen because of ego, was it also not that you were scared of playing into an Orisa team on Control?
Yeah.
With the Doom after you just gotten completely stomped on Li Chang.
Yeah. I want to talk about that. Okay, we can talk about that briefly. Yeah, what was it, 100-0 on that first point? J9 went 1-9 into.
Yeah, literally J1 and 9.
Yeah, that was I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not the mastermind. I'm not the brains. I talk during the match these days, which is new. But like, it's J9 saying we're not doing enough most of the time, or it's Keydog not talking enough. But
I think
don't
it's
know.
just Control is so biased towards macro teams and playing for macro that it's the easiest way to win against you guys, because you do play for micro. Like, you're not together when you're going for dives. Like,
That's not intentional. That's just us being sometimes.
Yeah, they pulled it together in our games at least. I don't really agree that Control is especially macro oriented. I think you just have to learn the maps a little bit, maybe just because I think like Ash is playable on all 3 Busan points. You play it on 2, I think you can play on the 3rd as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember what happened on final point for Busan. I think we just didn't do anything.
We
from what I
played ball, and it was like 100 to 75, 100 to 80. It was quite close.
Yeah.
You guys played
Oh,
Torb. You copied the Tommy Torb.
Oh, we had Andreas playing. Yeah, okay. No,
Yeah.
nothing more needs to be said, I think, on that one.
That one's self-explanatory.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about NSC. Unfortunately, Rene, we've talked about the highs. Can we talk about the reverse sweep versus Liverpool?
Yeah, basically,
What?
right? So after you guys killed Acquiesced in cold blood before our final, we wanted to see if the same would happen to Southampton. And turns out you killed 2 of them. So as part of our collaboration with Liverpool to expose Big Warwick, we organised this. Jokes aside, no, we lost fair and square. You know, they've been lovely. So nothing but love for Liverpool. But we have a Mauga weakness, and they really put it together. So we played maps 1 and 2. We like sort of stomped, and then they sort of had like a, I don't know, Pep Guardiola team talk before map 3, and came out on the Mauga on Throne, which we don't play anyway. We got stomped on that pretty hard. Map 4 was the one that we should have won. Like, we can kick ourselves a little bit because we had a 5-minute time bank on Gibraltar, and I stayed on ball too long. So they played a good monkey defense on Gibraltar. So that was the one that we should have, finished it off on. And then map 5 was a Midtown where they played Mauga, and it was close, but we're not very good into Mauga, to be honest. And they played well. They're the best Mauga team we've played. So credit to them. Am I right in saying Nev is dropping out after this term?
That's a good question.
I think
Yeah,
I
I
saw something
thought I
like this on
saw
Twitter.
that too.
If that's the case, that's a shame.
if it's dropping out or graduating.
And I was disappointed that we didn't get to see Liverpool versus who would it have been? Would it have been Chief? Would it have been ICL that you would have played Liverpool if that match had gone ahead?
I think
That's
so.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much potential there, right? To see like a Mauga team go crazy. I mean, I agree with you, Rene. To be honest, like it shouldn't have happened, but it would have been interesting to see anyway how far they'd got. But having to quit because they didn't have the players, right?
Yeah.
And that was because Edinburgh lost to Beckett Bears. Who saw that match, by the way? Who watched the Beckett Bears?
I
The
don't
Beckett
know.
Bears extravaganza.
That's
That was
3-0,
crazy.
wasn't it?
It was a 3-0 Junker Queen Mirror. Yeah, and it was a Hana Oka final point. I think it was the final point, and I think the last fight was like 3 minutes long, and it was, yeah, it really was absolute cinema. That was one of the greatest matches I've ever watched.
No, because we were like 1 frame from losing from Edinburgh. I don't know if it was a loser bracket or what.
Oh, that match! Yes, please tell us about that match. Please tell us about that Colosseo comeback. That was something else.
I mean, we had some shockers on Colosseo, but then they had a worse shocker. So
Yeah.
we were at one point we were up like 50 meters or something, and because we don't play much push, we got to that end of the point, and Finn was like, "Oh yeah, let's use an ult to get meters," and then 4 of us just went hard, and we ended up using like 4 ults, so we weren't getting meters. We were playing to I was playing to win the map, and Finn was
Right.
playing to get 10 meters, and so we ended up overusing and not winning, which is the worst of both worlds. And then so they got a couple fights off of that, and then my team so I was dead late when they were pushing into our spawn, to get the flip. And my team insisted that they had the touch. And I said, don't ego it, go early. And then they got booped by Queen and Lucio. And then so they got the flip. I then thought that the map was over. I thought we were in OT because I wasn't paying attention. So I then ulted on the point as if the map had ended. We won the fight anyway, I think, or the recontest. So we had an uphill fight once we got the point back. And then I'm sure you've seen the clip of Big Bog high nooning on 1 HP, a Queen ult and a Reaper ult at the same time. Most unacceptable fight win of all time.
Yeah.
Probably orchestrated by Big Warwick.
I mean,
yeah, so we could have been out much earlier in the tournament. So
that was completely wild. That was actually crazy. I mean, I always want Oxford to win because personally, the matches against either Southampton or Oxford or ICL are always the best matches. That's how I like to see it anyway. I don't like Finn typing in chat the amount that he does. I think it gets, honestly, like, what was it? Newell finals? Oh my goodness, I was almost turning that off after map 2.
Don't admit it, you'll do it more.
I know, but I'll find a way to get back. Okay, let's talk about Southampton ICL losers finals. Chief, you've been quiet for a while, and now I'm gonna have to ask you to talk to us about a match that did not go your way.
Yeah, I feel like I keep on being told I'm losing this whole podcast.
I'm
It's not
sorry.
ideal for me, but oh well, I guess. Yeah, I mean, first map was a bit rough for us, like generally we're like, yeah, okay, Ilios, we're chill, like we always win Ilios. And then we didn't. And that was like, oh, this is a problem. This isn't going well. And then it kind of just goes down here from there because we're like, oh, we've just lost Ilios. That shouldn't really be happening. And I feel like we kind of lost to ourselves in a way off of that. I mean, obviously not just that, right? We weren't playing well enough, but like, it was kind of all over the place. We were kind of out of it, I think. But I mean, I'm kind of coping with that, I think. But oh well.
I mean, it was sort of we had warmed up for 2 hours for this match, and
it's all about the warm-up,
we'd worked out we were going to play Ilios. We'd worked out what other maps we were going to play. All of the maps we played this match, we'd played in the warm-up scrim against a team that was playing Doomfist, Tracer, Genji, Kiri, Lucio, or something like that. And it's like, it's so similar to how you're playing, right?
Yeah.
So we were going to run Ashe on this map, but we worked out in the warm-up scrum, we can just run Tracer, and Tracer can mark one of the people going in, and it's all that we need to do is make sure that we disrupt your setup as much as possible, and then we're just going to win, because you guys don't have a core to play for. We'd have Anna Brig, right?
Yeah.
So it was kind of cooked from that, but also on the other maps with the Orisa, we planned that comp specifically around the fact that we knew exactly what your comp would be.
Oh yeah, that
season.
is so annoying. Like we were like, okay, we'll be fine. We'll just play our stuff and like we'll just win. Lol, it'll be easy. And then we get to the thing and it's like, okay, cool. They're playing this weird Orisa shit, and it's like, ugh, great. And then Carl feels like you just can't do anything, which like, yeah, you can't really. He's playing Reaper, and then we end up playing Hitscan with it, which is like, oh cool, we're playing Hitscan. Let's play Petra. Oh, we don't have him anymore, right? And it's like, oh,
Jasmine.
It's kind of.
You don't have
Jasmine.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's rough from there. It is very rough for us.
2-hour warm-up is crazy though.
Yeah,
it's because you can't find a 1 hour warm-up. No,
yeah,
you got
the strat is to type in Warwick General and left warm-up.
In Warwick General.
That worked.
Wait. Oh wait, no, we actually
You ended up doing it, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot completely.
Ports offered us, and then we got Warwick as well.
Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, because our match started at like 9 p.m. or something, right? We just had time or something. I can't remember.
But yeah, sort of going into the season, for us, the whole thing was winning this match in particular.
Oh, okay.
So losing this would have been meant the whole season was a failure for us, because we knew exactly what comps you were going to play. We knew roughly what Warwick was going to play. We thought that Oxford probably would be on Brawl and might be good if they got Big Bog, which they did. We didn't know for certain if you get a good hit scan or flex DPS, because Jack can play both. And then we thought maybe there'd be one other team, and it just so happens that the other team isn't playing a comp that's good into Orisa, which is what we'd already decided, because we thought, well, Orisa into Orisa is pretty even, so that's fine. And we're expecting some kind of brawl, so it can't be too bad there. Into Warwick, it's like, well, it's more important to win the ICL match for us, because it's like it's aiming too high potentially.
Got to set your sights higher.
Yeah, maybe.
every term, our goal is to beat Warwick. It doesn't happen, but that's our goal.
I think it's getting closer. It's getting a lot closer.
Yeah, but it's like glacially slow pace getting closer. Like it was like it's been like 2.5 years now of like this attempt.
I mean, look, if you don't, preferably just don't beat us in spring, because I'd like to end at university actually having won. And then yeah, you can do whatever next year. Like I don't
That's
care.
not fun.
It's fine.
Like we beat the Meta 1 version of Warwick once, so we never beat the
Yes.
ports, the good ports. We have to beat them before they retire or graduate rather. Otherwise, it's a shallow victory. It's hollow. If you win once they're gone, that's not what it's about.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
It's like how we
Actually-
won. It's like when we won Newell. Was it Newell last year winter? But we didn't beat
Against
Warwick, so I didn't. It doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
it's fake.
I mean, let's talk about very briefly the finals, which was yesterday. We're recording on Sunday. Volsa, do you have anything to say to anyone in particular?
to NSC, because we looked on the website at the start of the season, right? And we looked a few times throughout at the schedule, and it said on the website, when we looked, 8th or the 9th is when the finals will be. And we knew there's a chance we're getting there, so we kept the days free. We did this for both tournaments. Because even though, in theory, it would be nice if all the tournament days could be one day of the week rather than putting stuff on weekends, for the finals, it's okay, and we know when it is, so we planned around it. But then we find out on the 28th through a DM, before the announcement's even made in the NSC Discord, that actually it's going to be on the 7th. It was a typo on the website. And you could say we should have known that because it wasn't a weekend. But when you're looking at dates 2 months out, you don't really know which is a Saturday, which is a Sunday, which is a Monday. So we didn't have our players available because of it.
I think it's
Yeah.
so cringe that they don't let you rearrange.
We even offered to let the ICL play Warwick. We said we had this like crazy idea where ICL play Warwick even if we beat them, because it would be at least a closer match in theory. And we get second place prizing. If Warwick lose, they get second place prizing, and ICL get the remainder of the prize pool. But that wasn't. They couldn't do that. So we tried all we could to get it rearranged to make it a more competitive finals for the stream. But at the end of the day, NSC cooked it, and we did what we could.
I just think it's so silly that like the schedules of the production staff and the casters who you don't interact with for the entirety of the term get prioritized over the players when it's the whole point.
Yeah, I mean, it would be if they were willing to let us do 2 best of 5s on a single night. Or
This is actually, you're so right. This is the fatal issue. Like NSC for some reason believe that it takes 3 hours to do a single best of 5. It's unreal. Like even if you look back at when they had like the 2 best of 5s, they had them starting at what was it 4:30 and then 7:30 because they believed that's the time to do a best of 5.
It's because it's run by CS admins. That's genuinely the reason. Because that game takes a million years to play. That's what I think.
I mean, it isn't abnormal for like schedules to be like giving space for a 7-map game just in case, but then they should be able to pull it forward and stuff like that. Like they're usually flexible if they're going to account for that.
Yeah.
But I can understand like in a Swiss stage where like you need the bracket to recalculate, so you don't want to do BO5 because then one team plays 7 maps and everything for an hour. But like when there's 4 teams playing.
Yeah, when we're talking about week 2 of playoffs, it's like why are we doing 1 BO5 sometimes just so that we need to play on 2 weekends, both for the bracket to catch up and them to play the finals, when we know that people aren't going to be available because they know it's either Monday or Thursday is the day that the tournaments are on. They've got that in their head, so that's what they plan around when they're thinking, oh, can I do this activity? And it's like, oh, suddenly no, it's on the 1st. Like I know there were issues on the 1st for a lot of teams because even though that one for Newell, everyone knew about that from the beginning. Like my team was all fine to play on that day if we needed to. A lot of teams weren't because you just don't expect it to not be on the one day it is normally.
Yeah. And look, I'm fairly sure USS when we did it, you didn't have to play any bad days. At least that's how I'm fairly sure that was the case. So if we
You
can do
didn't.
it, come on, exactly. And an entire proper tournament organizing entity can do it. That's for sure.
Arguably, sometimes the big organizers are worse at that sort of thing.
Well,
They're less
yeah,
flexible because they've got these weird management structures, and
but it is their job. It is their job.
it is their
so,
job, and it's disappointing.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I mean the finals, you probably just saw a bit of it on screen. I played tank, DPS, and support. J9 played Reinhardt, and blamed me for not lamping him at all, which I can.
J9 had 13 shots of Jack Daniels.
He did last night. I was unfortunate enough to be in the call with him when he did. But yeah, it's a shame. Like, we would have rearranged as well. It would have been cool to have good finals. The Oxford one was still a great finals, to be fair.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been
like-
much different. I think the only
yeah.
way we win that one is if we win 4-0. I think once you guys found your feet.
I mean,
No,
hey,
what I mean is that you, because map 1 was like a freebie, it wasn't free, but
yeah.
you know, it was ours to win, and then map 2, you guys were a bit off the game. You were pretty poor on map 2, and then you know map 3 and 4 were the close ones, right? They were the one, well, not close, but map 3 was close. Map 3 was close. Map 4 was fake close. Like, it was 3-2, but you guys like stomped the points you won, and we like barely won the ones we won. So it was like sort of close. So like it was sort of slipping away from us, and the other 2 maps were like stomps.
Yeah,
So I think we had to win map 3 and then snowball back to map 4 and just win 4-0
Yes.
before you guys did.
Yeah, it has.
I think once it was like 2-2, it was cooked.
Yeah, it has to be a 4-0 or 4-1.
I kind of agree. I kind of agree. Like, Runasapi, oh my goodness, there were times when I was literally shaking on Runasapi. I was like, oh, we're literally losing. But somehow it worked. Midtown, by the way, I'm just gonna say, given that I like to call it Mattown, I was devastated we lost that. It's like we have not lost that map in literally over a year at this point. So to lose that was honestly devastating. And I think we've realized. I think Keydog has said before, we're literally never gonna choose that map ever again anymore. It's clear.
heartbreaking.
It is, but also you always choose it into us every time. And I
Yeah,
think
we do. We
you're
like
getting
it.
better.
I mean, we picked it into Liverpool as well, and as our like go-to safe map, and we lost it after as well.
Yeah.
That's more our
maybe
problem.
maybe you'll be losing on Mattown much more in spring.
I think
you know?
maybe it's cursed. Like, once you lose it once, it's over.
Maybe we only pull it out for the Bastion Life Weaver, and then apart from that, against like you guys, we'll just give up and we'll go somewhere else. Okay, so before we finish, we've sort of spoken for so long. Oh my goodness. I want to talk about like expectations for next term. And Chief, I can see you fading off into the distance, so I'm gonna bring you back. What do you think for ICL next term? I mean, you probably won't have Jasmine, so what is the difference? What do you think is the expectation? Do you guys think, is it top 3? Is it top 2, or what do you think?
So I think the first and foremost is to figure out what we're actually doing, right? Like, how do we want to play? What's our style? How do we want to approach it? From there, I mean, we went into first term wanting to beat Warwick. I feel like we kind of have to stick to that, right? Like, there's not really any point in lowering that. Like, yeah, sure, we lost to other teams this term, a couple who are familiar to this section, but that's fine. But I feel like we can't really drop the expectations any lower, to be honest. Keep going for Warwick, see what happens if we lose. Oh well, I guess do it again.
And Volta, you said that you weren't looking for Warwick. Is that changing now, or are you still trying to beat ICL, who you've already got?
Well, it really depends, because our tank is graduating in December. So we think with the rule set, he's allowed to play in spring, but we need to get that clarified. We're getting it clarified now. If he is, then we're going to be hoping to at least make the finals for both tournaments and maybe win one.
Okay. And Rene, what do you think?
I think for us, our main goal is to up our consistency, and in that sense, it's like there's a few styles that we're weak to. The Queen, the Malgas, those ones we tend to struggle or just barely win against. So I think there's a few hero pool changes that need to happen to make those games more decisive in our favor, so that we can fully focus on fighting in those finals, because our goal is always to be in both finals and to have a good fight there. But if we only make one of them, or we're putting way more effort into winning against ICL or Southampton, then we're not putting as much as we can into beating the ultimate enemy. So for us, it's about, I think there's a few hero pool expansions that need to happen, a few like widening our style a little bit, and then taking it from there to be in the both finals as well. Yeah.
Okay, there it is. So 2 of you both wanting to be in finals, and ICL are looking to play. Okay. Does anyone have any final remarks? Anything they want to say? Any grievances they wish to air? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I'm sorry for the Pringles, Matt.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not sorry.
Forgot about this. I forgot about this. How could you? How could
I'm
you?
sorry, man. I tried. We tried.
Bro, I ended up in 8th because of that. Because every single person who put Southampton.
I'm sorry.
Let's go, Southampton believers.
I mean, look, I should have believed. My mistake was playing Southampton first when you guys were still loading up and still getting ready, and then having an assumption based on a single match. That was completely my bad. Because you guys have improved so.
You've got to look at the map records against the other teams too.
I know. It was,
3-0.
and I forgot about the mental qualification of ICL that was guaranteed to happen. So,
It happens. It happens.
yeah, that's it's on me just as much as it's on you guys. But yeah, I'll never forgive you. And yeah, there we go. Anything else? Or are we done? Are we ready to move on to section 2?
Well, I think Southampton needs to stop saying that they're better than us when they never win.
That's
Like,
just make
it's
sure.
like 10 losses in a
Don't
row
go
or something
dropping
now.
maps to Edinburgh and UWE that, and you know.
Focus on our games. Don't look at other games.
Well, you guys have both got next season. If you guys actually play each other, what, more than once? Did you
More
guys
than
play-
once. We played Warwick like 5 times, and we played Southampton once.
Yeah.
Usually we
Oh!
play Southampton like 10 times a year.
That is actually a final thing we could say. Southampton, Voltzer, how did you get the bracket you did, and can you give it
True.
to us next term?
Well, we just got lucky for once. We got really unlucky in
You
previous
complain about
years.
seeding every single term.
This time, I complain about it still because it's flawed, not because I'm getting on the bad end of it. Last
you
year I was
think-
on the bad end of it. I had to play. I was stuck in 8th seed.
If you think you have to play, if you want to make finals, you should beat everyone. Doesn't matter what your seed is. We played everyone.
I mean, yeah, Oxford's form was bad. I think ours was. I mean, I'm always gonna say ours is bad, but like we played Oxford, ICL, and Southampton to get to both finals. I think.
Yeah, we had to play ICL, Southampton, Jongleur, Warwick.
We had a difficult
to the
time getting to
finals.
finals, guys. Trust.
Who did you play? Who did you play? Give us a team name.
I'm gonna
I don't even know the names.
Kiel to get to upper bracket finals.
Let's have a look. Pull it up. What do we got? We've got Knots, Warwick Team 2, is that? Warwick Team 2, Knots. Who's this?
Yeah, we basically only played Edinburgh of the top 5 to make it to winners bracket finals.
Edinburgh has, Edinburgh's got the perfect anti-com team. Like they're just shit into what you play. Oh my god.
Look at Oxford
them.
bracket. Look at Oxford bracket.
Pull up the Oxford bracket.
We played Warwick in like both round 2s. I mean, we had really bad seed as well, but like that's from our regular season. I'm not going to complain. But we played Warwick, and then in lower we play like everyone.
What do we got? We've got Lancaster, okay, don't know. Swansea, UWE as well. Liverpool, yeah, that's the but you.
Oh, this is the other one. Oh, the other one. Yeah, my bad.
I mean, you would have played ICL and then.
And then Southampton as well. I mean, that's what you expect from a lower bracket, but if you think you're going to be second place, then you have to beat everyone. I'm not going to complain about my bracket.
Yeah. It's just. Anyway, Voltzer, next term, give it to us, please. I don't know.
No. I'm getting lucky again. That's the plan. Get lucky again.
You're the least deserving of a good bracket, Matt.
What?
You guys should win every. You guys should be setting your sights higher. Win every map.
We dropped 6 maps or something, which is actually worse than last term, which is quite funny.
Oh, the downfall is coming.
I know. I was actually thinking about it before these finals that we had been getting progressively worse in finals because it was 4-0 in summer, 4-1 in winter, 4-2 in spring, and then 4-3 in summer. So I was like fairly convinced we were going to lose against ICL Chief when you were not there in summer. We don't talk about NSC, of course, but yeah. All right, we will finish it there. Thank you all for coming on. We'll see you guys, I'm sure, next term when we do bracket predictions. We get ready to see who the big league teams are, but we know it's going to be you guys, of course. And yeah, we'll get on with the second section of the podcast. See you around. Welcome back to section 2 of episode 8, and this time, as promised all those weeks ago, we do actually have 3 new guests, no returning guests whatsoever. We have Mango from Dundee, we have Azo from Edinburgh, and we have Sheep from Strathers. I want to give you guys a little chance to introduce yourself, so Mango, do you want to go first?
Hi, I'm Mango. I'm the DPS player for Dundee Vanguard. I'm actually currently the Overwatch ambassador as well for Dundee. I didn't take the role of the leader of Dundee Vanguard, mainly because I have other responsibilities outside of uni, but this is my first year being the Overwatch ambassador and actually taking a frontline role in our university.
And Azo?
Hello, I am Azo, obviously. I'm
and you were also silent at the same
Yeah,
time.
that
That
I
was a
thought that was
perfect
just
time.
me.
Are you back? It's alright. We can do a cut. This is perfect timing. Perfect timing for a cut.
Right, so I am Azo. I
Whoa.
am tank player for Edinburgh. And I'm quite unremarkable for a top 10. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah.
Okay. There we go.
That's
We
fair
got there.
enough.
We got there.
Yeah, we got
And,
there. We got there.
Yeah.
and Sheep, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Sheep. I'm the captain for Stratosonics and a flex support player. I have to deal with Spectrion all the time.
Mm.
Love
I was
that
gonna,
guy.
I was gonna say, I think he's your biggest hater, or maybe your biggest lover. It's kind of hard to keep track of
It's
sometimes.
enemies to lovers is the best. So all I'll
Yeah.
say.
That's true. That's true. And it's actually really exciting. This kind of wasn't planned until someone mentioned it to me when we were trying to set this up. It's kind of it's like a Scottish episode, or a Scottish section at the very least, which is kind of fun. So let's see what we could talk about here. I want to start though going to you, Mango, and talking about Dundee, because Dundee did extremely well in unNUELable, which was much better than I think perhaps people expected, whether that was for good reasons or not. But do you want to tell us about how the season went for you and sort of how you went as far as you did?
Yeah, so there's been a lot of roster changes in like the main team for Dundee Vanguard. Our tank player actually stopped playing like the game, at least in a team setting, and I don't think he plays too much of Overwatch anymore. So we had like a big swap with that, especially with our DPS player also quitting. So we had 2 roles open, and then our other support player, she just started going into university to actually go forward with her curriculum. So we had essentially 3 slots open. So we weren't actually sure if we were going to be able to compete this year. Thankfully, during freshers and everything, we actually got new people coming into the server, and we got a really good tryout session throughout that time. We were able to find really good tank players in the form of Loki. He is a Reinhardt one trick, but he's really good at what he does. He is very aggressive when he goes in, which I feel like a lot of teams really struggle with, especially with the rank comps, because you kind of don't see a lot of Reinhardt, at least I don't, play that aggressively because he can be punished quite easily. So I feel like that kind of puts us over the edge. We have a really good support player, Theo. He's really good at swapping to different supports, and he's able to really work around the team. And we obviously have a new DPS player that came from rearguard. So he's taken up the mantle of like hit scan DPS because I play mainly Genji and like projectile heroes. So we had basically a new team roster essentially, and taking that forward, a lot of us, although we don't play like scrims and we don't play full on competitively, we do still enjoy to play the game, like at least to a decent standard, which I feel like has definitely helped us be better than previous years because although we're not running essentially a meta comp, we're kind of just having fun with what we do. Um, there was one time where we caught a stream from someone that said, "I wonder what Dundee does after a fight because we all just stand still." Half the time we're just talking shit to each other. Is it, like if it's about a small mistake, that's what it'll be. So we'll all just
Wow.
stop and just talk. But I think that's definitely made the team feel more alive and made fights feel less doom and gloom rather, and keeping our mental high has definitely helped shape us.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I remember we played you guys once, I believe, but the thing that I've got written down here is that you beat Portsmouth in NSC, which of course I think is a very big victory, and then you almost beat Exeter. It was a 2-1 or something as well there?
Yeah. Yeah, my team was quite disappointed that we lost to Exeter. There's a lot of us that think that we should have won it. There was definitely, although I said our mental did get better from having a new team, there was one fight in particular in that map that absolutely destroyed some of our mental, and I think it was because we got team wiped once and then team wiped again straight after, and we utilized ultimate that fight as well. So it's not like we just went into a neutral and we lost the
Yeah.
fight. We invested and we still lost. So I feel like if we're able to actually gain picks off of those ults and actually play a bit better as a team, we would have been able to win. Although this is our first year together and none of us play in like a scrim environment. We're all just like solo rank players that just came together to play for NSE and UNEL. I feel like in second year or third year, it'll be a whole lot easier to see more collaboration between us. And I think that's definitely apparent in a lot of the team fights that we do lose. It's either someone going off on their own and splitting off, which is really devastating to do in a ranked team comp, and kind of us getting punished for it and us needing to go back. Yeah, but I feel like we did really well this year.
Yeah, no, for sure. But what one thing that I wanted to pick up on that you said there was about mental fortitude and mental strength. And I think no one knows mental strength and mental fortitude better than Azo and the Edinburgh team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that, yeah.
I mean, what I wanted to start with is Edinburgh, you guys were, of course, we knew nothing going into the season. You guys saw our power rankings, you saw everything like that. You didn't exist, we didn't know. And you'll kind of have made a big mark in a very big way, to say the least. Do you want to talk about how that sort of came about? I mean, were you here last year, Azo? Like, what happened?
No, I'm brand new. And I joined, and the team looked pretty good.
He's gone again. He's just you
Audioless.
literally just
No.
disappeared. You literally started speaking and you perfectly disappeared.
Wait, can I use this to ask a question?
Go on. Whilst Azo sorts his mic, but ask your question.
Yeah. Mango. I wanted to ask. See, coming into the season, the semester, like, did you guys expect to like do as well as you did, or is this trying to fix it? Or was it like a complete surprise?
Honestly, at least for me, there was like a lot of doubts. Although we had really strong players in terms of like solo playing potential. Like I said, none of us have played really as a team, and because of that, there was definitely growing pains, especially in the first few matches, of trying to understand where each player lies in terms of how aggressive we can be. Even still now, there'll be times when Loki shatters and I'll be halfway across the map. So I'll need to use dash, pop blade to get a dash reset just so I can come up and pick off some kills with him. Because he's just so far ahead of everyone. And that's not a fact of like he misplayed because he saw a good opportunity to use ult. It's more the fact of we weren't ready to utilize that with him. But there was definitely like a fear of we weren't going to do as well because at least with last year, I was the only new player in the Vanguard team and I was only really put up like halfway through because I joined. I didn't even know we had an Overwatch thing in Dundee until like second semester basically.
Yeah.
So I got pulled in randomly. But there was definitely that like fear of being built up in this way where we had like no communication for the first few matches, like absolutely none. There'd be like silence for like a whole match, essentially.
Yeah, the silent voice calls aren't very good for coordinating.
Jeez. Well, you guys made massive improvements then, if you think about it that way. And like, I mean, I'm assuming term 2. I mean, if it's a similar team, are you confident going into next term?
I do think that we'll be able to do a whole lot better in next term. Will say, you ever played the color together activity on Discord?
No.
This is relevant. This is relevant.
Okay.
So the only reason we actually started to calm was because we started to play color together before the matches, and we would try to calm the colors. So we would in this Discord activity, you would it'd be like one color is a number. So it'd be like, okay, we're doing number 3s, and we try and get all the number 3s done as fast as we can. Sort of thing. And as dumb as that sounds, that generally has at the beginning made us be able to start calming with each other. Because the match after, instead of calling the characters by their names, it was by a number.
How do you keep track of that? That sounds
like it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my god. Oh, that's actually, to be fair, if that's how you're communicate or like building up your communication, that's actually really sick.
It was a joke at first, but then it kind of just happened for that one game, and then it never happened again. It was like one round.
Building strat.
Yeah, it was like one round, legitimately, and we still do collect together sometimes as well. It's really funny.
So if you want to, basically, what I'm hearing, if you want to improve as a team, and you want to actually improve your team communication, you gotta
Play
the
colour
Discord game.
together. See how
Like,
fast you could do it. Honestly, like with a group of 5, and you'll make the Discord activity lag just because of how much inputs are going through.
goodness.
I'm actually going to note this one down. It's going on the team plan for next semester.
Azo, any luck? Can we hear you now?
Hello, hello.
We can.
Yeah, so okay, let's go. So
go.
as I was saying, I did have previous synergy with Purple. Me and her are like best mates. So I actually went to Edinburgh because of Purple. So
Ah,
you know, yeah. So cause we knew each other from the console days. We used to play on Xbox
let's go. The place
quite a
to
while
be.
ago. And yeah, so we made it to PC. We scrimmed PC together, and we ended up on this team together too. So yeah,
Wow.
that's the synergy aspect for me and her.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
No,
it
no,
is. Yeah.
that's just. So how long have you played together? In like years?
About 4 years now. So yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. And then you were saying as well. I mean, you got there. Of course, you have that connection as well, but also you have Fweave, right? Who's an extremely good player. I mean, you must have had confidence going into the split.
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, I played on an OWCS team with him beforehand too. It were us 3, yeah. So we were an OWCS team. I were on Flex Sport then though. I used to play Flex Sport, but
Wow.
I've only been
Sport
playing tank for about a
recommendation.
year. So yeah. But yeah, I've changed roles and I'm playing tank now. So yeah.
But how did you then get on a team together for that as well? Was that an Edinburgh connection, or did it just happen?
Yeah, so Fweave, he was an Edinburgh connection, so he played last year and all. So Purple asked him to play for our OWCS team because obviously she knew we were good. So yeah,
I see.
I always planned to come here, but it's a strange coincidence, but yeah,
That's actually wild that happened.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, as I was saying as well earlier, right? Like, you guys had some huge performances. You did extremely well. And then, I mean, I don't want to talk the sad stuff, but can we talk about Oxford? That 3-2 loss, that Colosseo game. I've talked about it with Rene just earlier on in the podcast. Tell us about it from your perspective. I mean, what happened?
I think the main issue with that is it's not what happened because I don't think anything actually happened. I think we just sort of fell apart. We didn't lock in. We weren't taking fights first. I think that's the issue. Just nothing happened, and it's tragic. I know, but I think that's genuinely just the result. We lost because we didn't do well.
Okay, fair. I mean, it just looked really. I mean, you're right. That was probably the way it happened, right? It just seemed like such an entertaining match to watch as well. I mean, it was incredibly close. And then, more unfortunately, I think, and more of a shock to everyone, particularly to Liverpool, perhaps, what happened versus Beckett Bears? What out of nowhere again? What happened?
I don't know how much I can say. So, a few people weren't really agreeing with each other. There were a bit of disagreement going on there. I mean, we all love each other, but we all hate each other too. So sometimes that's just how it is. I think they just got significantly better as the season went on. We got worse. So yeah, I think well played to them. They are better now. I think yeah.
I mean, you say that you guys got worse. I mean, you guys were incredibly good at the very start, and I still think you were pretty much throughout as well. Do you think? I mean, going into next split, is it looking like the same team? Is it? I mean, do you think you're going to get worse? I mean, surely there's room for improvement, right?
I think we're going to have a few. Sorry, I cut you off then. I think
go on.
we're going to shuffle up DPS a bit. I think.
Okay.
Potentially the support. We're not sure yet. We are hosting more tryouts next split, but that's about all I know for now.
So there's potential. Because you guys have the Genji player, right? Who at
Morgan,
the moment,
yeah. I can't swear, can I?
Hey,
the guy,
family friendly.
No, I'm family friendly, PG. Yeah, I mean the guy's diamond, but he's an absolute demon on Genji. I suspect he'll be staying around. Yeah.
I was watching the I mean, even the Beckett Bears match, right? Like on Hanaoka, right? The final one, he was getting so many blade kills. Like every fight, it seemed that you guys were gonna lose. Like he's just there with the blade. But no, he played super well. Interesting.
Yeah.
So you guys have potential, right? You've got chance to
Yeah,
improve
I mean,
the team as well.
previously, Morgan Elder, he was on team 2. He were on the second team because we've got 3 teams at Edinburgh, but he filled for us one time in BFS. Like we added him to the roster, and we're like, you know what, we're gonna keep this guy. And he just kept getting better and better with us. He listens to my calls really well, and we've sort of just stolen him from team 2 now, which I do feel a bit bad because they're down a player, but I think.
I mean, hey,
Yeah,
if you guys can play as well as you did in sort of in getting up to the playoffs and throughout the playoffs as well,
yeah.
I mean, you can't complain. You can't complain. Okay, I now want to go on to the Spectreon Glazed,
Oh,
the peak of Scottish University Overwatch, according to the man himself.
yeah,
Sheep,
allegedly.
tell us it from your perspective. I want to hear all. I want to hear all the Spectreon tea, the information. I want to
You
hear
want me
it
to
all.
just slander him? Just like
I want the
slander for
slander.
the entire
I
segment?
want a Spectreon slander piece, and I want to get sued for defamation for real this time.
He won't
So,
mind. He won't mind.
give it all.
Well, I mean, I kind of flip flop on my opinion of like how we did. If I were to take a realistic view, actually, I'm quite happy with how we did. Coming into this semester, we lost our tank player, Dom, who was like entirely our main shot caller. We lost we lost Cheeseburger, our silly hero specialist.
That's crazy.
I
you
love
lost him.
cheeseburger.
Yeah, no more Torb and May, and we lost Duncan, who was our main support. So we don't have like a good main support player anymore. So it's gonna be a difficult season, like difficult start. So actually, at the start of the season, I didn't even expect that we could like break Div 1 like quite comfortably, but we got rolling. We got a bunch of good wins. We did really well in the Swiss seeding, which was I didn't expect. Like I don't know, we just locked in. And then I think we just started believing in ourselves too hard, I guess. Like we have Umbri as a sub player. He kind of plays whenever he can or whenever he wants to. He didn't want to be on like the main roster, but he's definitely like on upgrade to love Spectreon. Umbri tier gap in terms of the tracer gameplay, you know. Very talented player, but he doesn't play consistently for us. So like we beat Oxford 2-1 during the Swiss season. I don't think it was their full loss. I think it was like 4 out of 5 they had. But like but like it's still like Oxford. Like it's not like they lose all of their skill because they're missing a player. So it's like we had some like really big wins in the like Swiss, and then I don't know, we're just professional chokers in the playoffs. We do it every semester. We think we're gonna do really well. We think we're gonna have a deep run, and then we just can't clutch up. I don't know.
I mean, the thing that I'm looking at that I had written down is you lost to Exeter in both NSC and Newell. Like, come on,
Yeah.
how? I mean, what was it that made that so difficult, that matchup?
Okay, so Exeter play like they have specific control stats. If you've played against them, you know they do. So the NSC, I think it was, they picked first. They picked control. They went Lijiang. They had the sim strap. We just couldn't break it. And then Null was even worse. We got it to a 1-1. Last pick, they picked control. They picked Lijiang. They just stomp us out the map, and we can't. I don't know. Like we should be good at dealing with like sim strats on control. Ali usually or used to play sim for like the past 2 years. They lost their sim player now, but like we played them a lot, and so we're kind of used to dealing with these kind of silly strats. But we just couldn't break them on control. So it's basically we're going in a map down consistently because if they're able to pick control, we just lose. You know.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
I think we should have been. I was kind of upset with our getting knocked out in the upper bracket. I feel like we should have been further in, and therefore we would avoid playing Exeter twice. You know, just skip that part. But yeah.
I mean, hey, it happens. I mean, do you think next term is better? Is it looking better? I mean, Is Spectron still playing next term? And does that change whether the team is better or not?
I think next semester, our we're switching. I know we're switching one of our roles. Envy's
Ooh.
probably switching over to hit scan.
NB's the
Insanely
GOAT
talented player,
there.
by the way.
Yeah.
Actually, I could spend like 50 minutes talking about actual GOAT player. But that means I'm back on flex sport, which is what I'm decent at, and we're probably gonna have Spectre on main sport, which he
That's safer.
he does
That's
play.
safer.
It's safer, yeah, it's safer. And
Mm.
then hopefully that does better because I mean, half of our wins were just Envy clutches up a fight, lol. Like so having him on hit scan is gonna be much easier to have those stupid fights. But hopefully it's better. Get synergy up. Maybe do some scrims as well. We didn't scrim at all this season, so that probably hurt us a little. So
Yeah, maybe that's a good thing to do if you guys want to
yeah.
go further. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about something that involves all three of you and something that I know literally nothing about aside from all the complaints I've heard from Spectron. Tell me about Battle for Scotland. What happened? Like, I heard so much mess. I heard so much complaints. But like, who actually won? Like, who played? Please, someone inform me of everything.
I think
Well,
Steep, you had the old scandal, didn't you, with the lobby? So
yeah.
you
Well,
want to talk about that? Yeah.
So off the top of my head, there's like 4 3/4 things I can think of. The first one was more like a personal issue with us, is that we just had like a forced like loss week. There was like a cross Glasgow uni thing that was happening, and they just like they gave us a match against Dundee and Angus, I think it was, and we just couldn't we couldn't reschedule, so we just like had to take the loss, which was kind of unfortunate because they could have scheduled the Glasgow unis against each other, and then we'd have been fine because we both had to reschedule. But
Yeah.
that was fine. Still managed to qualify. In the playoffs brackets, they got the bracket wrong for like the lower bracket.
Oh, I did
And
see
then-
this. Yes,
Yeah.
Spec told me about this on the last episode, I think. Yeah, it's just so dumb.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating to say the least.
Mango, how was Dundee's run? Did Dundee play? I literally know nothing. I feel like a loser. Tell me.
Yeah, we did play, but the roster was kind of like different every single time. A lot of the time because we wanted other people to kind of get the opportunity to play in
Okay.
like the Battle for Scotland, so it wasn't like the main like Dundee Vanguard roster. Although there was people that played in Vanguard for this, we would try and like get other people in. We had Zoe in for DPS sometimes, and we would have other people from Rearguard, which is the team below, like Vanguard. The only like issue, I guess, that we had, or we didn't have really any issues to do with like brackets or anything because we just heard about it. I'm pretty sure our team just finished the match and there was like 50 pings into the server about it.
Yeah.
And it was like
it kind
trying
of
to,
blew up.
yeah, there was like a whole novel inside the Discord server about it. And like
Yes.
after a game, I usually go off and like get myself a drink or whatever to like relax. And I came back like not even 3 minutes, and it's like 99 notifications in this one channel, and I'm like, I'm not reading that. Does it affect me? So I just Control F Dundee, and I'm like, nah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, but
goodness.
other than that, we didn't have any issues with Battle for Scotland really.
Okay, well, you got two different stories. Azo, what was your perspective? Give us, was it good or bad? Fine,
Well,
let's decide.
I can't complain. We won, so
I was gonna ask
yeah.
who won.
Bias,
Okay.
bias.
we got to it.
Yeah.
Bias. But in what way is this bias?
Because you won.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed it.
I
Winning's
succeeded.
fun. Winning's fun. I succeeded. You all lost. I enjoyed it.
I got the money, you know. I got my 20
Yeah,
quid.
I even
Got
got
myself a
MVP.
nice takeaway.
I got MVP, so I had to order a pizza and send it to Jamie.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you actually did that? Oh,
Yeah,
let's
no,
go.
I put it in BFS General. Wait, I probably have the picture of the pizza somewhere. I'll send it you if you really want. But yeah, we won. We enjoyed it. not really any major issues other than the finals actually, where one of Glasgow's players got banned mid-match. He was playing on a freshie. So we've started accusing him of cheating, which, to be fair, if you get banned on a freshie with 2 hours of quick play, you can see how that looks. But apparently, but apparently it was due to toxicity. You know, we asked the admins like, stop the match. They didn't stop the match. We kept playing. We won. We made a big deal about it when it weren't really that big of a deal.
I mean,
but
I feel like if they get banned for toxicity after 2 hours, what sort of
well, that's
things
what.
are they
Not
saying?
2 hours. Sorry, no, it was 2 minutes actually. Sorry, I misspoke.
Oh, okay.
2 minutes.
Wait,
of
like
quick
two
play. 2
2
minutes
minutes of quick play.
Yeah, that's
What
it.
have they said to get banned in 2 minutes?
No, no play VAI, no arcade,
no nothing,
no
just quick
experimental,
play.
just 2 minutes of quick play and then some game browser. So
Nah, I feel like that's deserved then.
Unless
Two,
we were-
2 minutes you get banned for toxicity permanently?
unless
Nah.
we were an absolute menace in scrims, then
There is no chance.
I can't really see it. Yeah, but you know, he were legit. We did end well. Summerus, I didn't personally. We did go and watch the VOD back. So we made a big deal of a summit that weren't actually a big deal, but yeah, it worked out for us. So
Were they toxic in your game?
no, we were.
Okay.
Well, what a surprise. What a surprise.
It weren't really me this time. I'm bettering myself as a person. I just...
The Overwatch moderators got confused, banned the wrong guy. It's just unfortunate. They thought it was the new account, you know?
That's yeah. That's actually crazy. What was the final score in that match?
4-1.
4-1.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did drop a map due to the same reasons. We weren't locked in. There were some internal conflicts, but you know, I guess that's just a given. We're all mates, so it's. I'm not going out here saying yeah we hate each other. We are mates. We get along. So.
I mean, this brings me on to a good point then. So, of course, you guys won. Fairly, I mean, 4-1 is still pretty convincingly. Who is the best team in Scotland? Give it to me straight. Is it actually Edinburgh?
Well,
are we really going to accept this?
So.
I conceded it to Edinburgh. We played Edinburgh like once. We lost
in duel. Yeah.
One. Yeah, like unfortunately we've slipped a little. So I'd give it to Edinburgh.
Envy had us scared though. I won't lie. That player's an absolute demon. Flex.
Yeah, like yeah. But yeah, as much as Spectrum will kill me for it, yeah, I'd say Edinburgh's fair.
What about you,
Let's place ourselves and say we're second.
I have no strong opinions of him, being honest. You know, I feel like I need to rep Dundee just because I'm like the ambassador. You know, I need to just put my faith in myself.
Be biased.
We're the goats. You know. I think the second we start playing more colors together, they'll all come together. The second we get that done in 30 seconds, team fights will be done in 10.
Damn, that's all it needs. Clearly, if every team does this though.
Yeah,
we do need to start scrimming. To be fair.
How often have you scrimmed, actually?
We scrimmed once at the start of the split. I may or may not have turned up. Very, very drunk. And I'm not usually mean, but like I fully crashed out for no reason. I was like, yeah, let's not scrim anymore. But yeah, I'm a reformed person. I'm all PMA, positive mental attitude, no more flaming.
I was just wondering how often you guys scrimmed, because in my like 2 years of being on Dundee Vanguard, I think we've scrimmed a total of like a half a game.
Yeah, I think we did 1 2-hour block, and that's it. So
yeah,
I mean, obviously 3 of us had scrim experience together before, albeit with me on flex support instead of tank. But you know, we did have the experience. Yeah.
Okay. Well, has anyone got anything that they want to finish up with as we wrap up here? Any final thoughts? Any final comments?
I prevent myself from being banned from BFS by saying I appreciate everyone who helped with the tournament. Great tournament.
I actually love that for Scotland.
We love it.
Yeah. Shout out back for Scotland. Yeah.
Can I get some free socks? I'll send you my postcode.
They should.
Wait.
They should. I would love Battle for Scotland branded socks. To be honest, like, it
Would you
go kinda
rep
hard.
them? Like rep the Battle
Of
for Scotland
course.
merch if they give you it?
Wait, Kelpie's on.
Of course.
Yeah, that'd go hard.
We're like a
Hashtag
shirt.
ads.
We're like a shirt for Battle for Scotland, and it's like a link to their
Yeah.
Discord on your back.
LinkedIn Discord on your back? No. I'm
I
not
wanna
getting
see
beat up
that.
in public, man. I don't want to get beaten up.
Oh my goodness. Actually,
Uh,
you have reminded me though, and this is something for you, all of you guys to decide because we haven't done it in any of the other sections, and this is the final one we're recording. Who is going to be our client of the week? Has anyone got any recommendations? Anyone that they want to put forth as client of the week? The biggest fool, the biggest idiot possible. I'm saying that because Sheep has been our past client.
You're setting this
Wait.
up. You're setting this up, man. I do agree with Ruth, but
Yeah.
can I
Really?
nominate caster / coach Spectron for glazing the fuck out of us and then dropping generationally bad performances in playoffs. As
Mm.
come on, man. At least walk the walk, you know? Like that would be my nomination.
I mean, it's either F-Weave then for the generational Beckett Bears performance to then lead to Liverpool having to drop out, leading to Southampton getting to the final in without a full team.
That says it all. I mean,
That's
he did
the
good on Anoka, but I'm sure he won't mind me nominating him. But yeah, I mean, the Nev Schizo post says everything. He should keep doing those, by the way. I quite enjoy them.
They are
But
good, yeah.
I think it speaks for itself. I think we have a clear winner, unless if there's any objections.
no.
What do you reckon? Is Spectron getting off the hook? I think he's actually being let off the hook.
Can we give him an honorary mention?
Oh, of course. I mean, he's
As long as he gets to roll, you know,
You
like
could have like
that's
Vice
all I care
Client of the
about.
week. Yeah.
Vice client.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hereby declare F-Weave, you are our client of the week. Congratulations.
Congratulations, man.
Okay, moving back to wrapping up. Mango, anyone you want to
Yeah.
shout out before we finish?
I don't have anyone to shout out. I like that guy Jamie who streams. He's my guy. He's a funny fella. He's
He
the only
bought me a
person that like
pizza.
streams like the games. Basically, it's the only time we could see like ourselves in a different perspective because like every other team doesn't stream. So I like that guy. He's cool.
Fair enough. Azo, anyone to shout out?
Not really, but I do have. I will say right now that we're at the end of the season, obviously I think there's still some talk about. I say our beef with Nottingham, my beef with Nottingham. I have no more bad blood towards Nottingham. That was just me crashing out again. That's my fault. No problem with Madsies, no problem with any of them. But I still hate Anna. So I stand by hating the Anna character. I stand by that. So
I feel like
Goodbye.
we've reached the good ending. That is the good ending.
yeah, I've been on this Anna train for 4 years now, and I'm not leaving it. So
Too committed.
I am.
Okay. A shout out to all to hating Anna. There we go. Hating
Exactly.
Anna but
Shout-
loving
there we
Nottingham.
Shout out to Anna haters. Yeah, love Nottingham, hate Anna. Yeah.
There we go. And Sheep. Finally, apart from Spectron.
Shout out my team minus Spectron. Shout
As it
out
should
Big
be.
Work Bucks for I bought a new house with the big work bucks that they paid me to throw playoffs. So thank you, Big Work. I love you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome, I guess. The money's okay, all right. We'll wrap it up there. Thank you all. We're moving on to section 3, and we will see you in a bit. But thank you all for coming on. Welcome back. This is part 3 of episode 8, and 3 new faces, which is very exciting. We have Maddie from Nottingham, we have Natnif from Kent, and we have Sketchy from Kiel. I've given a very brief intro there, but why don't you go through yourselves and tell us a bit about yourselves and why you're here? Maddie, do you want to go first?
So I'm Maddie. I'm the game rep and the captain for University of Nottingham and Donuts. I play flex support, mostly of my Anna, but I play Kirika. I play everything. I also played with Southampton for the Wimbledon Binary tournament and for the North in the All-Stars tournament.
And Natnif?
I'm Natnif. I go to Kent. I'm a first year. I also play flex support, which I think we'll see is quite a reoccurring. There's a lot of support players in the space here. But I played Women on Binary Winter Cup with. I know the name, but I don't really want to say it because it was like I'm the Woker baby or something. I think it was. Was it not?
Oh
I don't
my
remember who it was.
Yeah.
It was someone. It was purple and whatnot. But I also casted the All Stars Winter, which was a real pleasure, and I got to the Spectrum. But yeah, that's me. I mostly play Bap and Kiriko Overwatch wise.
There we go.
Yeah.
And Sketchy?
Hi. Yeah, I'm Sketchy. I'm a sort of semi-retired main support player. I was on 71 Galera for a bit. I'm second year student at Kiel. I'm not. I don't have any. I don't really do anything, but I sort of turn up. Sometimes I play. Sometimes I sort of pseudo coach our second team. I'm just around. I played in some of this year's winter games and all of last year's and all the recent women non-binary tournaments, including All Stars, which we lost, which I'm fine about.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad because I got on, both of you unfortunately did end up losing, which we'll get to in a minute. But that's okay. The one thing that stood out to me from your introductions, of course, you're all support players, but also Maddie, you mentioned the Ana, the most famed Ana I think in unNC at this point, which causes a lot of reactions from. I was going to say many teams, but maybe one team in particular is more precise. Tell us about Nottingham, right? Tell us about this term because we had Egda on here, and Egda is the biggest glazer you'll ever meet. So,
our biggest fan. Yeah.
Exactly. How did you find the term? I mean, you had some unfortunate. I think was it 3 matches against Evil Jonkler and 2 of them in playoffs. So how did you think it went?
So for Swiss, it went like very well. Like we felt really strong. We had our comp like locked down very well. We played hard dive. We have Chinese dinos, obviously like White Bouchway, as everyone calls him.
Yeah.
And like we felt really confident. We were like winning very confidently against teams I thought we'd struggle. And then when we ran into Evil Jonkler with our first proper like stop, it was like, okay, these people are pretty good. These might be an issue for us. And then Swiss we were good. I think we got like 5th and like 14th. And then the booming happened, to say the least.
Oh.
We go to playoffs and we get a bit overconfident. So was it NSC or Newell first for playoffs? It was NSC.
It was only
they're both 3 weeks, so yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
I think NSC was fine for the first week. We just played our dive. We won our first round, and we lost to Evil Jonkler, which is we expected it. So it was very fair. It was a close game, honestly. I think that was when the drama mostly happened, if I'm correct. The big moment.
I haven't heard about
this. But yeah, it was fine. And then we went to Newell, and we run into Exeter, and our whole team was like, "Oh, it's fine. It's Exeter. There won't be an issue." And then they come out with a Queen comp, and we realized very quickly that Junker Queen was our like biggest weakness. We just couldn't do anything. We just got walked on, and it was a very miserable loss. And then the game after, we play Junker again and get knocked out in a 2-1 loss. So,
so you lost to 2 Junker Queen teams. That's actually really unfortunate. We had Exeter on, or we're about to have Exeter on, actually, if I think about it that way. And Oxford said the same thing about playing against Edinburgh and having an issue with the Junker Queen. So maybe it's just a thing. One thing I did want to ask, actually, this is a personal question, was you guys when you played against us, you had Dracula in, right? And then you switched to Mercs, I think, for the rest of the tournaments. What was sort of the decision making there in terms of who you play?
That was a key weakness of our team. Mercs is a pharmacy student, and he is in uni until like 7 p.m. on some Thursdays, and it was just not possible to play him. He's been our Flex DPS since like 2 years ago, so it's kind of our go-to. Like Dracula, he surprised me a lot. I was not expecting him to be as good as he has been for Team 2 for the most part, and like, especially when he played for us. But it was more we wanted to keep to tradition and what we're used to, and we didn't want to mess up anything. So,
was playoffs on playoffs patch for LCS playoffs patch, because that was the patch that before the Junker Queen nerfs came in, wasn't it?
pretty
Was it?
much all of playoffs was on that patch, I think, and then the
Yeah,
Junker Queen nerfs
yeah.
was like towards the end of playoffs. I
Yeah.
think it was like
Yes.
later in November, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because our back half of games was once people had moved. You guys were still on the. I think. Yeah, some teams were still on the Orisa. I think Voltz's team. I forget the uni, but Voltz's team was
Southampton,
still
yeah.
hard on the Orisa. Yeah.
Yeah.
So but not that matters too much, but I just wasn't sure if that was the Junker Queen patch or not.
I mean, it did feel like it was a patch of either Orisa or Junker Queen for the most part. That's pretty much all we ran into anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we started talking now a little bit about Kiel and the back end of your run. Your run in it was Newell, right? That you played mainly in Newell.
Yeah,
that was a
so,
super impressive run.
Yeah, I mean our setup is kind of scuff. This is always the way. Keel's always got something, and then there's just an element of scuff. Last year it was just like we kind of only ever had like 4 competent players. Was basically the situation. We were always like kind of to a point that Nevix was just like, I'll just play DPS because I can't be bothered to put up with these DPS players anymore, which is a very Nevix thing to do. But yeah, so our split this year is we've got basically a team that plays Newell and a team that plays NSE. And that's kind of like our first and second team instead of having what we had last year, which was Electric Boogaloo, which was our second team, which was just for both tournaments, which has kind of been a little better, like kind of a good system. We've got some players overlapping on both, but like Carol's on both. Our hit scan who's kind of carries. But yeah, no, our run through Newell bracket was like very, very strong. I think we got very lucky with the teams we were against. We were against Sheffield first and University College Dublin. The University College Dublin, I looked at the roster and I was like, oh shit, that's Synex, that's Mayo.
Yeah.
We're gonna get fucked by these guys. And then Mayo was just on Reaper and like it was fine. They didn't really do anything. He was just on Reaper and we killed him and that was kind of it. I think I was playing in that one. I'm not sure though. But yeah, no, I was like shitting myself because I was like, oh, I know these players. This is Team Island people. That's he's got a blue Wikipedia. But like no, it didn't do anything. We kind of just got boomed, I think, by the point that we were in lower bracket. Like the loss to Southampton was like it was really rough. It was really rough. Like they were just a way more cohesive team than we played so far. I think that was most of it. It was just the kind of team we hadn't played against. Like I got my hands on a couple of their replay codes from when they played against Bristol. So like I was looking at what they were doing. I thought their BAP was like a little bit weaker. It kind of looked like Voltso was running things through their Orisa. Like their Orisa was a little late on timings and Voltso was kind of on autopilot. So I was like, maybe he's kind of pulling the strings. If we can take him out of fight, we maybe get something. We maybe get something over them. But like no, they were just really tight. They were really tight and they were just really good on that RE comp. To the point that we kind of just got quickly 2-0'd, and then we kind of were boomed for lower bracket game.
Yeah, I mean, it was really unlucky for you guys, to be honest, because you made it super far. I mean, as you said, UCD, they were actually third seed, I think, in Newell going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But you just got unlucky that it was Southampton who ended up coming, what was it, third in or third in Newell, I think, and then you ended up into ICL as well, which realistically they are 2 top 4 teams, and you didn't really have another chance to bounce back after that first loss.
I mean, to be fair, the only teams we could play at that point were top 4 teams or top 3 teams, really. Like if the other teams that were in that upper bracket with us by that point, by the upper bracket semis, was Warwick and Oxford, which like that's the rest of the top 3. You've got the top 4 there, so yeah, it was kind of unfortunate how we went out. It would have been nice to get a lower bracket game in because like it felt like we were possibly in top 4 contention, but nah, just barely sort of eked out, I think, by ICR.
Yeah, I mean, as well, you mentioned, right, like, Volta is very much the the mastermind of Southampton, and it's the same for, like, Oxford, for example, like, Rene is the one calling most of the shots. Is it the same with Nevix on Kiel? Is Nevix the one calling the shots, deciding where you play and how you play?
It's very much more relaxed. I am someone who, Maddie knows this, I talk a lot in-game. I talk a shit ton. Nevix actively kind of doesn't like that for NSC Newell. This is why I'm on subs, because I talk too much. Like Nevix just kind of wants people to play their own game, and that's why we're running a Moira one trick. instead of main support, basically, which was kind of okay. It was good for seeding games. It was very, very good for sort of best of twos, your quick 7 p.m. games where no one's really able to scout stuff. But I do think that mentality kind of fell apart against teams that are going to be running this stuff. I never kind of felt like it was realistically to be kind of going into finals or even semifinals by the end of it. I think it's a good way of running it, but like again, there's always some scuff there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, regardless, like, however you want to say it, to be honest, it was a really impressive run. It was, I don't think you guys were in sort of the radar of anyone as well, so it's really cool to see how far you came. Are you expecting, is it a similar team for next year or next split, I mean? Is that something
No
you've
idea.
looked at yet? Okay.
We've had a couple of people being like, I might drop out, and I was just like, okay, but
Oh.
yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. I assume we'll have most of the same people for next split, but next year I have no idea. Like, this team compared to last year is like it's a good it's 2 out of 5 freshers, I think, or maybe no, it's 3 out of 5. Yeah, 3 out of 5 on main roster are freshers. Whole team it's about 50-50. And we're losing our game rep Parker Pants next year, who was also in All Stars, forming a non-binary. And like I truly do not know who's gonna do that. Like I might apply, but it's like I'm kind of incompetent, so I don't know who's gonna be running our team next year. And that is a worry.
Well, as long as there's someone, as long as there is a team,
Yeah.
right? Like, there's potential. I mean, we saw the potential as well. This split, very much so. I'm sorry, Dan, if you've been silent. You're shaking your head. You know it's your turn. You know it's time. I have to ask. We've had Jackie on here before. Jackie being sort of the grandfather of Kent at this point, and he was very big on Kent. But come on, tell me what happened.
Okay, so there's a couple of things I've sat here and I've sort of realized is, maybe it's just Nottingham and Kiel, but these guys sound a lot more like put together and like planned out than Kent has been. Like we've got scouting going on, we've got stuff going. The reps are very involved. Kent, we like when we first started, at least from my perspective, I was like, oh, this team seems really strong. I think especially because when I looked at like the standings, I'm not sure, you'll probably have to tell me when this happened, Matt, but I think there was one tournament or split where Kent came second against in somewhere
Yes.
and
Yes.
behind Warwick.
I actually think they beat Warwick that split. I think it was, oh my goodness, spring 2022. I think they
Okay.
beat Warwick and ended up getting to NSC finals, I think.
Right.
Or maybe I'm lying. It's somewhere around there. Kai can put it on the screen in post. But yes, you are correct.
Okay.
Kent did extremely well.
Right, that's going to make me look even stupider because when I was looking around universities, and I think I spoke to you quite a bit, Matt, because I was originally looking at Warwick and what is between Warwick and Kent, my two choices. When I looked at the Overwatch standings, I saw Warwick and Kent both being very highly placed. I was like, oh, either way I go, it's quite a strong team, I can play. And then I get here, and it's like we've lost our cool beans, who I kind of learned later on as our big X factor, the accusated warlord that he is, and happily married now as well. Big congratulations to him. But I get here and Alice is as a topic, I'm sure she's managed to involve herself many ways in the future topics, I'm sure, but she doesn't really take the game that seriously. In our first matchup, we got warned for toxicity because Alice was on point doing the pizza emote the entire of our control point. And then our other two DPS, who were both, they tried their hardest, but they'd never scrimmed before. They're both placed around like Diamond. And then Todd is our ball one trick into an Orisa Jungle Queen meta, who has not really had a great time mentally, physically, or spiritually. I'm sure. So yeah, I kind of, as much as I think other like unNUELable watchers and your expectations, my expectations were also kind of given a bit of a reality check because I think we finished 17th through whatever in the NSC or NUEL. We didn't make Div 1 for NUEL. Partly that is my fault, I do feel, because I tried to force my team to play Juno, Brig, Orisa, which is just like it's inexcusable. I do vibe with Sketchy because I usually talk a lot in scrims, but when I started off playing with Kent, I'm sure, like, if you think back to your freshest year, I don't know, maybe you came in super confident, but I had no idea what I was doing. New team, I wasn't really confident, so I tried to, like, mechanic everything. But I realized if I actually start talking, we can win some matches. So my hopes started to build up. And then two of our, I think it was Purple, one of our flex DPS, slept through one of our lower
I
division
heard
matches.
this. I did hear this.
And it was like we were all pinging them. We were like, we were trying so hard to get a sub in. Eventually, we had to put Alice on DPS and get like our Team 4 Silver Lucio player to come in and play. And it was, I mean, they tried their best. They're very sweet, but it was like I'm sure Keel really appreciate having sketchy sub available to actually have a competent player come in. But it was definitely a reality check, and definitely not. I was not very happy with where we finished, but it was still nice to meet everyone.
Okay, I want to ask one more question, Natnif, before we move on to some of the women and non-binary stuff. Tell me about, and this is your PR response, tell me about a certain DPS player that you had and then no longer had. And then tell me about a certain Lifeweaver player you had and then no longer had.
Okay.
What?
Okay,
What can you say?
All right, so I saw this name in the topic channel, and I was thinking about, okay, how do I respond to this? Because I think I want to take this quite cautiously, because I think that this is the DPS player is someone that's kind of moved away from the Overwatch scene. I think they had a bit of a blip and kind of realized it was very stupid what they were kind of doing, and has now gone on to other areas, which is great. I think that was a good decision. But yeah, the player you're talking about, I don't really know if I want to refer to them by name, and if that's just going to be kind of like a witch hunt. Maybe I'll give some hints here and there to people that know. But we had a DPS player coming in the same year as me, quite a bit older than regular for freshers, but it's fine. That's mature students are all part of university life. But it's not the behavior that you expect from someone of that age coming into a uni team. It started off as quite passionate, and it was great to see someone else come in. So I'm playing a lot of ranked grinding. I mean, they played in Warwick Pugs. They sent us, they were screaming from the rooftops how they stuck J9 3 times on Tracer or something, and immediately put those clips everywhere. Yeah. And that was great, because it's great to see someone invested and involved. But that investment, it kind of also a little bit too much as you kind of got closer to it. The frequency, these kind of things that started off just being great passion, was being really toxic, especially ranked with this person was a nightmare. I'm sure we've all had these teammates that will just constantly flame and drop a whole essay on why they're on the DPS or whoever is throwing. Mm-hmm. But when we had our first scrim and they started doing that mid-match to our other players, especially people that never scrimmed before, it was like, this is not acceptable, especially at their age and in the context of things. And then we had this one god-awful Blizzard world where me and the tank ended up just talking to this person and being like, we are not going to have you on the team. I still have 20 paragraphs from this person about the whole situation that I don't think it's worth going into.
Oh my goodness.
But it was a lot. It was a lot, and I'm happy that we did not play with them. I think it was better for them and it was better for us, but it was a bit of I wanted to come in, I wanted to make friends for the uni thing, and it was a bit of a shock and a bit of a sadness to kind of have this player be very anti that. Our Lifeweaver player, I can be much briefer on. I think this is Eduardo?
Edaro.
Edaro, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Already foreshadowing my complete expertise on the topic, I'm sure. I think this was just there's two main reasons. There's the PR response I've been given, which is that they just wanted to play with their team. And they wanted to have a team of full friends they could have kind of mostly control over, and it's very separate. And they went and played up. I don't know how they did. I think they placed 70-ish, something like that. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the results. But the other reason is what I realized quite quickly is there's two main Ken Overwatch servers, and there's a big divide between these two. I think, especially the heads of them. And there's restraining orders in place between some of these players.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay.
I'm not messing with that. That's a whole issue for a whole other area.
Yeah.
But I think pretty simply, it's just they just have a group of friends they want to play with, and they can do that. So,
let's stick to the PR response. We've already been threatened to be sued here. We don't need any other legal problems. No more legal problems.
Cut that out.
The season, the other aspect of the women and non-binary, which was the winter split, right? Someone explained this to me. Explain to me what happened, how it went down, because it's split teams and stuff as well. I think Maddie, you mentioned you were with Southampton.
Yeah.
Explain to me. Give me the details.
So So it was only NFC. Newell didn't run one on binary, but it was just like a 2-weekend thing. So it was 2 Sundays, and there was Swiss, and then there was playoffs. Swiss there was like 13 teams, I think.
Yeah.
And Swiss was very strange for us specifically because we had 4 very easy games to say the least. We 2-0'd like sub 15-minute best of 3s, and then we played the best team, and it was very close and very sad to lose. And like, yeah, and then like it was just very uneven. I'm not sure about other people here. What was everyone else's like Swiss like basically?
It was kind of breezy for us. It was breezy as shit. I was on tank for a few. I mean, we lost some, but like it always felt like we were gonna qualify. I don't think we were putting a lot of pressure on the Swiss games. Like it was kind of scuffed. Like I got there pretty last minute. I was switching roles. Like I was on tank for some of it. I was on tracer mostly for the rest. Like it was deeply scuffed. But you know, we were just kind of like, oh, we're into next week. Cool, because we ate shit in the last one, so we were not expecting to do well at all. We were expecting to kind of maybe make second week, and then we made second week, and I was like, oh, and we kind of made finals, and we were like, oh, and then we kind of bricked it. But apart from that, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So
It was a very. So yeah, I speak.
So which teams made finals then? Wait, explain to me that case.
So yeah, it was Kent, and who was Kent with? Was it Edinburgh?
It was Edinburgh. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Kent, Edinburgh, and Kiel, Bristol were the 2 teams that made it.
Okay. So Maddie, what happened to the? It was Notts and Southampton, right? That should have been a pretty strong team, no?
Yeah. So the run of the team, it was basically me and then 4 Southampton players. And it was a very new experience because I didn't really know anybody on the team, and they trusted me to be the IGL and the leader for everything. I'm very thankful for that. But so the rundown was we roll every team apart from the team that ends up winning in a 2-1 loss, and then we get to see the 4th, and then obviously because it's a single elim bracket, we play the best team instantly. And we have a fairly close game, and then we're out, and we have a chance to play any of the other teams.
Yeah.
So
single elim is pretty dumb. I think any single elim format is same in summer for NSC is really dumb.
Yeah, you guys shat on us in Swiss, if I remember correctly. We lost really badly to what was the team name? Yeah, Nottingham Dempt. We lost very badly to you. Oh, was that not you?
That was Trent now. So we never played.
Oh, you're Mel.
Yeah, we never played second or third place. That's the.
Oh, my bad. I'm misreading rosters.
Yeah.
Oh no, did we play you guys? Oh no, we didn't play you guys. We never played you guys.
No.
Yeah. Damn.
It's like.
That's. How does that make sense? How can the team that realistically is like almost losing, or almost beating the first team, then never plays the team that comes second?
I mean,
is this just the single elim?
There's history to this as well. There's history. Meow is like the reigning like this is like the team to beat in these tournaments. Like consistently, this is like the team that people are watching out for. Like we were playing last time. We lost really badly to you guys. When it was like I think pretty much the same roster for us. I think it was summer last year or spring last year. That one we did really badly, and you guys, I think you won or you came second, something like that.
I wasn't on the team, so I'm not sure. But
it's the same team. Like there's a dynasty there. Like there is genuinely like a long running team. And they just didn't sort of see much of finals. It was it was really strange. Yeah, wow, there wasn't a third place game. There was there's another thing with the rule book that we'll probably get to in a second that happened with finals, but
no, go on, get to it now.
Okay.
I want to
know. Someone I'm not gonna name names. I'm pretty sure I don't remember who. I'm the worker baby may have gone to the shops and then stalled us for an hour. And we kind of just lost our shit in that hour, and kind of fell apart, and my ADHD went off, and then we played the game and we lost very badly. And I absolutely blame the shopping trip that someone took, in that hour.
When was the game supposed to start?
It was meant to start at like 4, and it started at like 5. There was like a genuine hour-long delay. We were done by like 4:15.
Was this me?
It might have been you. I don't remember.
I remember going to the shops. And I got told on my team I had like 20 minutes. I was like, okay, I'll go to the shop. It took me like 10 minutes there and back. But at one point, randomly, I start getting spam called by Alice to be like, run back now. So I start running back. But I don't remember it being an hour late. That's what I'm getting confused on.
We were done. Okay. Maybe it felt like it was an hour to us. Maybe the game, but like the game started at like 5 or like 5:15 or some shit. And it was meant to be. We were done by like 4. We were done by 4.
Oh,
So we were just sat there in lobby for like 45
game was long,
minutes.
right?
This might have been also because we actually had a competitive match against.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm
To be
just
fair, we had a 3-1 as well. Ours was pretty. I was just pretty competitive. I had my like long running war against Nymphia from Twitter.
Oh yeah.
The Tracer 1v1s, man, those were ridiculous. That was just
I
I was sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there no like forfeit timer or anything? Is that
There was, but
Is that-
we
does that not
started
come
at
into it?
the end of the forfeit timer. Like it was it was like right there.
Uh,
It was just a really long forfeit timer. It was really long.
Yeah. If that was me, I'd apologize because I had no idea.
No, it's
about
fine.
the
I'm just
game.
salty. I'm
I've
just
come on
salty.
to started.
I'm
we
just
started
salty.
drumming. I'm getting
Yeah.
unNUELable sued. I'm getting. I'm okay. My bad.
It's over. Never to appear on here as a guest
Yeah.
ever
it's
again.
done.
Never
It's
again.
cooked.
You've bottled it.
Yeah, but I mean, it is interesting hearing everyone's perspectives a little more. I think, especially when you sketchy, because I spoke to Maddie a little bit about the tournament
Yeah.
afterwards and beforehand, and during it. Some of it was because of the whole Edinburgh
Oh, the drama.
honor,
Yeah.
which was not what I expected to make unNUELable. It was with seeing my name in the whole screenshot because I didn't even know who Quazo is. That their Junk Queen player or someone?
Azo.
Azo.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know who that was, so I was a bit confused getting sent 2 screenshots. I was like, okay, I'll just play and do my best. But like, I mean, I get. I think when I went into the playoffs, I do understand like being scared of Madizana because that was my whole point. I literally was talking to Alice. I was like, your whole job on Ryan on Sig is just full shield Maddie. Do not let her hit a nade. That is the only way they're gonna win. Or their Reaper comes in and they manage to time a Reaper Wrecking Ball engage. That's what you guys mostly played at, is Wrecking Ball, Reaper, Ana, which was a pain for me because I'm on BAP and it was not a fun time. But it's also interesting hearing like this dynasty that the meow. How many meows is it? I'm gonna be accurate on a respect.
10.
It's like 10.
10, yeah, 10
Yeah, I'll just
10.
that team. It's interesting hearing the history because this is my first one that I played. Because I still haven't really seen that much of the competition. I think the only things I played in obviously are NSC New and the Freshers tournament, which is where I know Dracula from actually when you mentioned them. I think that's where actually I met you because I was subbed in last minute for your for that team. But Women on Binary, I knew even less. I think I even DM'd Matt about it. I was like, hey, does Warwick have any players that want to play Women on Binary? I'm guessing you just didn't. And so very last minute, I get messaged by Abby and we end up playing. And I mean, it was a really stupid... It was a really... I'm glad it was run. I'm glad they implemented the rule that let you mix and match with universities.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We just wouldn't be able to play in it. And I think that needs to keep
Same. Yeah.
I think with freshers, because like we didn't have any freshers on our like this is all people I knew already. Like we scrim Bristol a decent bit. Like we're kind of we're kind of pals, so we sort of knew what our team was going in. We've kind of got 4 I think players who are eligible now for Keo. But it's like there's no way we're getting a 5th. There's almost no way. Like 4 like players who consistently play. I mean, like on the main teams right now. Like we could probably like scrounge a 5th from somewhere, but there's no way that this tournament gets 13 teams in Swiss without that rule. So I think it's really really cool. But like the 20 was a little scuffed.
Yeah.
And what about then the more recent tournament? What about the Women and Non-Binary All Stars, which Nad, if you casted, right? And then of course Maddie Sketchy you played. Tell us about I mean I watched it today. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Who wants to go first?
Listen. I apologize to my teammates for the Genji incident.
We have the clip ready.
No, we don't have the clip.
Really?
We don't have the clip. We're not pulling. Do not pull up.
Can you give us a % time or something? Can you give us
a? It's back half a second point.
On,
no, third point.
It's on Control Center. I think
It's
Like I-
CC, but like
Yeah.
right near the end, I just turbo whiff like my fucking my fucking ADHD man.
Yeah.
My mouse slips out my
I don't
fucking
even know.
fingers.
I don't even know what I said. I think I said it was very passionate gameplay or something because I could see
You
the
did,
emotion.
you did, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
trying to
You
like
could
save it, but I didn't.
You
I didn't know what to say.
a Spectral lost his shit, man.
Yeah,
You can
I-
hear it. He fucking loses it. It's great. But no, like
Yeah.
this is fairly sane so far. Like,
Mhm.
I cooked. So I was in the kitchen for our team for North. I looked at like the top threes that people gave on like the Google form, and I was like, right, sustainably, I can just like grind out Sombra in ranked for like a week, and then we kind of have a comp because like this basically took me and our second available tank player, which was I forget the name. I think it was Maddie, do you remember the
Melina
name?
or Sarah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Melina.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. They took myself and her off comfort, and that was kind of it, which is really good because then we had like we had you on BAP, which is one of your characters. We had Briar on Parker on Juno, and then we had Oliveds on Rhine, which is like their best character, right? So we
Yeah.
had like really strong comp construction in my eyes. But like we kind of got it together for Kings, and then it just slipped away on third point, and it was just it's one of those where it's like we were kind of pugging, you know, so it's always going
Yeah.
to be difficult. But yeah, look, that fucking EMP's so fat, man. It's so fat. And then like, my sense is so schizo, man. I don't die. Yeah, don't worry
And
about it.
Alice is one of the cages of all time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cage, yeah. I will. This is a cool out post now. This is a cool out post for Parker Pants, who Ajax's Juno here, and it doesn't get caught on broadcast. No one catches it.
Are we about to re-see it now?
Like.
I see.
That's the first, and yep.
They happened at the same time.
Yeah,
They were at the same time.
Yeah, this is why the Juno doesn't get caught on broadcast because they're losing their minds about the chatter. And then there's
You guys actually would have won that though. Like, look
Yes.
at
Yes. We just get snowballed. Like we win Garden as well. That's the worst part. We win Garden. We win next map.
I think it was 100-0 probably.
Garden was.
I think it
Garden
was.
was really good. I int once and that's it. Like if that's the worst thing that's happening, I'm good with.
Oh no, we don't see this.
This
doesn't happen. This
was
does not
something
happen.
Is it a win?
Oh no.
Oh, no, there's potential. There's potential. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, your feats. Yeah.
I'm kind of spectating at this point. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I have touch, and then Hazel just comes and murks me in upstairs. It's so sad. Obs doesn't catch it, but Hazel was so on fire this series.
So was
like, she's so good.
So was Leah. I'm not gonna say Maddie's kitty, but
no. Maddie's kitty.
You apologized to me in advance for your friend's name. I was like, what could it be? Then I saw the lineup being announced, and I was like, oh, I see now. Right.
Yeah.
No, this is a really fun series. Like I was getting the jitters, man. I haven't like got this nervous for a tourney match in years. Like genuinely, it was so good. It was really fun.
I really wanted it to go the distance, to be honest.
Same, man. I was hoping Kings was there. We locked in, man. That it was starting to click on Kings.
I think even the start of Runa Sapi, you look. Sorry, you go on, Maddie.
I can say something really mean, but I don't know if I should. So, do you think someone who doesn't play Overwatch should be allowed to sign up for All Stars? That is an honest opinion, because one of our DPS players is a Valorant player who plays Overwatch very, very casually and didn't play in any tournament. And
that's a good point, actually.
I didn't want to say anything about it in voting because that's really mean. But it was kind of yeah.
I mean, the last one wasn't there a whole thing about like South players just voting for like the weaker North players or something? Because I remember Parker Pants didn't get in to the last All Stars event. But because apparently like there was some vote manipulation happening, but this is allegedly.
I feel like I knew none of this, and now there's like an entire new can of worms.
There's some lore. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't know what to say. I feel like in future I will be paying much closer attention to this. If we've got vote manipulation, we've got Valorant players, we've got Natnif throwing matches and making people lose on purpose. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm kidding. It's
That's
not.
There's some things happening. Yeah,
My
yeah,
goodness.
yeah. It's interesting. It's cool that NSC is still running it though. Like if anyone
Yeah.
from NSC is watching this, like it's really cool. Don't stop running
Yeah,
them. They're just
yeah.
a little scrub. Like, it's cool. We like it.
Don't do single elim ever. Just
True.
stop it. Stop. Just shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
single limb.
No single elim.
I did not realize the grand finals was the grand finals. Like when we finished on Gibraltar, I was like, okay, who up against next? And then my team was like, it's over. I was like,
Oh, what for winter? You mean?
yeah, for winter. I was like,
Oh yeah.
you mean it's over? We just surely where's like the next? And they were like, no, it's done.
Meanwhile, you join RVC and nuclear meltdown is occurring.
Yeah,
It's just like,
yeah.
no vibes. It's all gone. The shops trip, the trip to the shops. Natniv's gone to the
Yeah.
shops and we've
Yeah.
lost our minds. My ADHD's going off. Like it's over.
Not bad. Not bad.
Oh my goodness.
It's just
No, it's fine.
Okay, well, has anyone got anything they want to finish up with? Any final points? Anything that you want to air aside from what's already been aired already? Because blimey, I think we've had more drama in this section than any other.
Oh no, have we?
Maybe,
Oh,
maybe.
shit.
My bad.
One thing I want to say, our second team performed much better than I thought they would in both NSC and Newell. Like
Yeah, true.
the tank and DPS line specifically, they really surprised me. And like I honestly, there might be some changes for next split. That's what I'm going to say. So,
Okay.
Was
very,
Dragon
very good.
too?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, they were really impressive in the freshers tournament. They just did not miss a
Yeah.
shot. I feel like, and that was slightly terrifying.
I agree with
Yeah,
that
no,
one.
shout out our second team: Ruben, Swifty, Carol. I'm trying to remember. Connor's on there. Naomi, that's our second team. There we go. Our NSC team, they did really, really good. They got like pretty decent. Like they were top something teen in Div 2 NSC. Like they did as good as we did. One of our main team did last year in
Wow.
in one of the splits. So like good shit from them. Big shout out Carol. I said I'd do this. He's the best hit scan player alive. He's very good. He just plays Kovacs, and it's very obvious he just plays Kovacs because he moves like a robot. But he's very good. He hits the shots.
That's all that's needed, surely.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we're just shooting
surely.
into Arissa and stuff, right?
Surely,
Yeah, I don't know.
surely.
I don't
Charlie.
know. Okay. Well, that's it. Oh, Nat, if you want to shout anyone out, given that I've given
Oh,
Maddie and Sketchy a
I'm
chance.
just trying to remember. Like, I have not interacted, I think, enough with my new society. I think my team, like, they played really well. They tried really well. I think honestly, it's just really nice to kind of get to know some of the people from other unis and connection. I think again, like we've all really prayed for enough that Women Non-Binary continues to happen and get some more support. So I think if you are interested in playing it, try and find another university to cross with and be involved and support it. I think that's really all I've got to say, and it's been great being here with such other great guests.
Nice. Oh, a wholesome end after all that, all that drama.
Yeah.
All the drama. We end on a wholesome note. But yes, thank you all for being on. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed, and it's time now for section 4. So stick with us. It's literally gonna be like less than a millisecond. I don't know why I'm saying stick with us. But yeah, time for section 4, and we'll see you around. Thank you for coming on. Welcome back, and this is part 4 of episode 8, and we have some very exciting guests. I think some people that you've been waiting a long time to see. We've got Horrocks, we've got Yuki, we've got Styx. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves, a little bit about you as well, in case the people don't know who you are? Horrocks, you go first.
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name's Horrocks. I'm a main support player who's been involved in the Tier 3 Overwatch scene for more than 7 years now. Nowadays, I'm just an assistant manager who honestly doesn't really do much. I just kind of assist and help out in emergencies when our managers need more help, which isn't often because they're really good managers. And I'm born and raised in Manchester, and I'm in the 4th and final year of my degree apprenticeship at MMU.
And Yuki?
I am Yuki. I am a worse main sport player than Horrocks. Got benched by him. I went to Portsmouth, nothing to V Sports, and I'm sort of just playing for fun. Yay. I am sort of Tier 3, but that's sort of the best thing about me. If you see a video from Horrocks on Twitter, it's probably about me because he's fucking a fan. And that's basically it. I'm just Horrocks' number one.
He's not worse than me anymore, by the way. He's not worse than me anymore. There you go.
I don't know about that.
He's saying that. Okay.
Whoa. It's just
wild.
the start.
It's actually wild, right?
Okay, Sticks, you go next. You can tell us about who you're talking to in your room as well at the same time. Off you go.
Okay.
Oh, I got
Yeah. I'm Sticks. Like I said, ex to uni. Fresher. Yeah. I'm probably better than Yuki if you give me a couple weeks.
Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we said we'd have freshers. We have one fresher. That's a good start. This is the
There's
first
two
one we're
freshers.
recording.
I'm a fresher.
There's
I'm
two
a
freshers.
fresher. Yeah.
Wait, Yuki, you're a fresher as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I played
Right.
with Galera when I was like 17, bro. I was like a
Okay.
young
So
guy.
what you're telling me is that Portsmouth have a chance in like 2 years' time,
No.
maybe. No. Okay. Well, we'll come on to Portsmouth in a minute then.
What's
Let's
just my
start.
phone number?
Okay, but let's start with Exeter, because Exeter, you guys had a really great Newell and NSC run, right? It was top 7th or 8th in both Newell and NSC. So Sticks,
Yeah.
I think it's all down to you anyway, is what I've heard. Do you wanna explain how that happened and how the season went for you guys?
So basically, I mean, it was weird at the start because, well, basically, I wasn't going to join NSC or Newell. Like, I was like unsure about whether to do it, and my friends dragged me to a fucking pub social at Spoons with these thoughts because they wanted to join the league team. So I just went. I met the SIC leader, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then what happened was, the team completely changed from last year. I think there's one guy there's 0 people from last year's team on. So we have 2 freshers, me and Ben, like the tank. But Ben's really good, like genuinely really good, I think. Everyone's like pretty good, but Ben's Ben's actually like very solid, I think. I think Ben's one of the best tanks in the uni in NSC. Obviously he's not better than Wreck or anything, but you get me.
Yeah,
Then
and you guys, from what I see here, right, you beat Strathers twice, which Spectron is probably not happy about, considering he glazed Strathers to the moon. And then you beat Notts and Dundee as well. So I think you only lost to like really top teams. Is that right? I think.
we lost to Notts Team 2 on day 1.
Oh,
We lost to Notts Team 2 as our second match ever, and then we lost to Oxford, and we lost to ICL, and we lost to ICL again, but I wasn't there.
okay.
I was here, and then I don't remember the other game we lost. Was it to?
You're
I don't
testing
remember.
me. I'm not sure I know. I'm not sure I know. But in
What's the
terms
map
of
to us?
lost a map. Okay, talk about this match then. So what happens then?
So-
Portsmouth versus Exeter.
Okay, the cope is that if we rematched them, we would have won. We had never the sort of Portsmouth thing is we have not scrimmed at any time, and we only in VC together and not at the pub together if there's a match. This wasn't in bracket, I don't think. This was in Swiss. It was the first ever time we'd all played together. Like I didn't even know who other people were, and I didn't know their ranks. I was just like there. I was like, yo, well, let's do it. And I sort of sticks in on two. I was like, come on, man. Like, give me an easy match to start off with. And I'm pretty sure we took a map, and then there was a Junkertown, and there was some Life Fever and Zen being played. Because I have a lovely Life Fever player on my team. So I thought, so Life Fever does no damage. I do lots of damage on Zen. And apparently, I can't play Zen. So yeah, you don't put me on that character.
This meta is difficult for main support. I just want to add that. It's hard. It's a hard time.
Yeah, this guy could just play BAP and just kill everything, because that was like the day that BAP's recall got like giga buffed. So he was just like jumping about, just one shotting my team. I was like, oh, okay, my bad. I just play Brick and I just sit there and whip shot.
Mine was the same as if I didn't know my team beforehand, like before that match. It was first game of season. It was just you tried to play Brig, and I played BAP, and I think one of those characters does more than the other in NSC environment. I think that's the biggest issue. I mean, you messaged me after the game and said I'm playing flex support.
But then,
that's leaking, but.
So looking at Portsmouth, then you say you lost that match. Where was the ex Oblivione scrims? How did that come into this?
Well, it wasn't us. That was Team 2. That was Team 2 that did that. They scrimmed ex Oblivione.
I heard they didn't drop a map against them either, actually. So
no, we didn't drop a map. Yeah. I mean, do you guys know like what it actually was? Should I go into that, or is that something?
I mean, it's in the past. You could have this moment to air any grievances you may or may not have.
Yeah, I mean, I will clarify that. It was there's like an EXO friends server, because like sort of my friend group is sort of like the EXO lot. And there was a mix that happened for B team that I think Artemis organised. And it included one EXO player, I think, who was off-rolling. So I guess they did scrim Exovione in somewhat.
Oh, they did.
And it was me on. I think it was me on DPS. I can't remember exactly. It might be me on DPS. I won't say anymore. Because
I
it's
think
been
that's enough.
established.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's enough. We've made it through. But yeah, Portsmouth in general, right? You didn't make new playoffs, but then you got a little bit far in NSC. Do you think the future is better for Portsmouth? Do you think that there's more opportunity to improve next term, or is this idea of not scrimming gonna continue?
We're losing another player, so probably not.
Who are you losing?
Harry.
Okay.
Disco.
Mm.
Our flexi best player. He's just there is reasons he's just not playing with us anymore. It's all fine. We're all in good we left each other. It's fine. I didn't break up with him. So and there's sort of a bit of a coup going on in the Portsmouth Esports Society because for multiple reasons. So we might not be Portsmouth Paladins next split. Let's just say that. There might be like a second Evil Jonkler coming around. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, but it might go well. It might go well. It might not be. Like half my team don't like opening the game, so it's a bit hard. I would like to scrim. I'm always down to scrim, but it's sort of like I'm not going to force them to because I don't want to create a team environment and people just don't want to be there. And I'm more happy just like having fun. You know, we win or we lose, we're still mates at the end of the day, and we go out to the pub after. So it's a pretty good team environment. So maybe we do better. Maybe I'll get good meta, or I can play like Lucio or something and actually do something. But not to play my team, but on Brig it's a little bit hard to do a lot of things. So.
I mean, I wanted to ask here actually to all of you: are you all actually playing main support for your teams? And does that feel like the best choice to sort of carry if you guys are always probably going to be the best on your team, right?
Mine's kind of there. It sort of depends on map, depends on meta. Like, I mean, I have a Life Fever player and I have like an Ana player. So, like, if the Life Fever player's in, I might be on a different. You know, the hero pool's a little bit awkward in the back line. And even though I'm a main support player, I'm pretty flexible. So I sort of like, you know, try get around and do what best is for my team.
Six, are you on main support as well?
Well, because of Mr. Mentally Boomed, before I quit the game for A-levels, I'm now a BAP 0.5 trick, so
yeah,
that's all I've been playing.
Ah, I see. I suppose it's the best hero, right? To try and carry.
Blame
I haven't played
Boom.
Lucio for like a year.
Yeah, we have all been on 71. That's a common denominator.
We've all been
Oh
on Galera as well, no?
Oh, yeah.
I was on Galera for 20 minutes, but
we've been on the same teams. Oh my god.
wow.
And
just hold hands, guys.
I mean, Horrocks, I see you playing main support in your clips, right? Let's talk about MMU because you guys were so close, right? You were so close. Do you wanna talk us through the heartbreak of this term for you guys?
I mean, you might as well get that bracket off because we're not on there. So I feel like obviously we didn't get Div 1 in Newell or NSC. So like, which I think we're all like kind of a bit disappointed about, but I feel like that's for three main reasons. Like, firstly, Midge, if you're watching this, please come back. Please come back, Midge. We miss you. That's not a reflection on the tanks who are playing right now. It's just that, of course, like Midge has got much more of an experience in a team environment, and he's been playing with AJ for like 2 or 3 years. He's been playing with me for 3 years. We're more familiar with Midge, and then obviously like the tanks who we've got at the moment, of course, like it isn't their fault or anything because we've got new DPS players as well. But it's just like it was difficult to like get used to a new kind of team environment for them and also us. It's also like going back to what like you guys were discussing just before this. It's kind of difficult to kind of have like any influence on a match at the main spot as a main spot at the moment. I have been playing a lot of Juno in our games. Which of course like is the go-to pick for supports at the moment. But I feel like most of her value is just farming her support ult as fast as possible and then popping it as you get it because it's the best ult in the game. And it's quite difficult to have more of an influence beyond that. As long as you're getting good numbers up, you're doing your part. And there was also another reason I was thinking of, but I've forgotten it now. Oh yeah, and for myself as well, like I just haven't been playing the game as often anymore. I've been in the hole of assistant manager, so I'm not as good as I once was, and it used to be me like trying to do a little bit of everything, like common, ult tracking, fight planning, but now a lot of the responsibility is shared throughout the team, which is good because it shows that everybody's been improving and getting better. Like shout out to AJ, he's been amazing at ult tracking and fight planning. But it's just like a sign that I'm kind of like losing my way in a way, so it's quite difficult.
It's reaching the end. Actually, this is something I wanted to ask. Horrocks, how many years have you been here, and how many years do you have left?
Well, but in terms of NSE, or
Yeah,
like,
NSC and Newell. Has it not been
yeah,
forever?
yeah, I'm in my 4th and final year now, but so I do a degree
Okay.
apprenticeship. Instead of 3 years, it's 4 years.
Okay.
And for a while, actually, because last year during uni, part of the reason why I'm an assistant manager now, is because I spent so much time doing other things like social life and focusing on work, and playing Overwatch that my like studies and academic life started to suffer a little bit. For a while, it was looking like I wasn't even going to be able to make it into my final year, and like that I wouldn't be able to progress. So that's part of the reason why I've become an assistant manager, because I'm all in on studying at the moment and working.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So that means, right, that spring is your last big split. What do you hope for your team? In fact, we can go through all of you here, right? What is your expectation in terms of placement for spring? Where do you really want to come, and what teams do you kind of compare yourself to at that level at the moment? Horrocks, what do you think?
I think even if Midge doesn't come back, like we've had some games which like we've played really well. Like honestly, I've been like blown away by how well like everybody's been playing. But then during like we're just wildly inconsistent. In the most important parts, in the big games, we just completely fell apart, and everybody in the team, including myself, just like was not playing well. So. I think even if Mitch doesn't come back, as long as we can become more consistent, I just want to hit Div 1. I really think we can hit Div 1. And that's like just by us being consistent and playing at our best, because we do have some moments where we do genuinely play well.
Okay, so we've got one aiming for about what, top 16, right? Maybe top 32 if it's NSC. Yuki,
yeah.
what do you think?
To deny Horrocks that, that's my goal.
What did you say?
Well-
Deny Horrocks that?
Yeah, that's my goal. Well, all I'm saying, right, is the one match we actually played them in Swiss, I think for NSC, and they lost to us. I was asleep, so I'm a little bit upset I didn't get to play that match.
That's a buff for your team.
Right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. And then he played against Nevix and lost as well, which was
Right,
even more.
actually, can I quickly talk about Nevix real quick while we're on this?
Go on,
Right.
go on.
He did not care about Newell and NSC whatsoever. Last year, he said, "Oh, I don't want to play with this team. I'm not bothered anymore. I'm not going to do NSC and Newell." He tried one split, failed miserably, and left to go and play with Gas Tier 3, and just didn't care about NSC and Newell whatsoever at all. And then the first game he plays for, what was his uni again? Kiel. Yeah. The first game he plays for them is when he's against us, and they know that I'm gonna be on the other team. So Nevix
That's Aura.
Nevix hops in, thrashes us, and then he's like, "Oh, actually, you know what? My team isn't that bad." And then he starts playing with them, and they get Div 1. What's that about?
Yeah, I think they end like top 6 as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty well, yeah. That's Aura, yeah.
If you wanna play NSC and Newell, you gotta be there through the good bits and bad bits. That's what I say.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing from Yuki, right, is that basically you're gonna aim for like Newell tiebreakers, only to knock MMU out of Newell
Yeah, and then we can
tiebreakers,
lose, that's fine.
and then that's
Yeah,
it. Just leave from
No,
there.
I mean, yeah, I just want to do well and have fun, to be honest, because like, again, I'm good friends with pretty much everyone on my team, and you know, we sort of turn up. Like again, I'd like to scrim. I think some of us are up for the idea, so we might try it. But like, as long as we can just turn up, have fun, and you know, maybe get a decent placement, because I think we are. I think everyone is really good players, like individually. I think maybe we can sneak a good placement and maybe bring the glory of Portsmouth back. But We'll see. We'll see.
Let's see. Let's see. And now, Sticks, well, what do you reckon? I mean, what I wrote down here is that you are the gatekeepers of top 8. Do you think is that gonna change next term? Are you gonna improve?
To be honest, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the mistakes we made were just from me being washed. Like, I feel like, if that makes sense, like I feel like if I just like was better at the game, then we would have won. Like if I knew how to fight plan a bit better, I knew how to just like shoot a bit better, or it wasn't a Brig Juno meta and I'm a bad one trick. Like if these things didn't happen, then we would have done a bit better. So I just hope that whoever makes the patch really likes me, and that I have time to just get better at the game. And I think hopefully the same sort of result at least. I don't know about gatekeepers. I feel like we're not quite as good as some teams like ICL or that. But I think we took a map off them or something. I don't know. But
Yeah, I
I'm
think you
happy with where we are.
Okay, so we've got like a range here, which is good as well. Does anyone have anything else you want to say about Newell NSC, your splits, any other teams you want to talk about as well?
I'll
talk about Spectrum.
Oh yeah, go on, Sticks. Go on.
Oh,
Spectrum. I think the extra people want to say this as well. Why is this guy like? He loses the game and then he comes out and it's like, oh, they weren't that good. I just played bad, and then he loses the next day as well. What's going on? What's going on with that? Like, how does that happen? Maybe we just play good, man. Maybe we just go in. Like, I don't know. I did find it weird how, because obviously they have Umbre, right? They had Umbre play tank the first day, and then the second game we played against them, bro just didn't turn up. So then all were like different roles. They were all off role, Umbre not there. Which is a bit long for them, but
yeah. Though I've heard that Umbre just turns up when they want to turn up.
yeah.
It's like no
Crazy.
rhyme or
That's
reason.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
maybe
just
it's the
plays
Nemix
a role.
effect. Yeah.
Actually, I have a question.
Go on.
Mag.
Oh god.
What is Mag?
Here we go.
No, I want to know. Like, he seems to know
What is
so
it?
much. Like, I spoke to the guy. Like, does he play? Is he a real human, or is he just like an entity that just sort of circles around the
Okay.
atmosphere?
He's also been on
Basically-
Galera, mate.
He's also very like.
Yeah.
Look at these shit
Okay.
main support players, bro.
Whoa.
My bad,
Okay,
my bad.
basically, he met you know Sam, the UOM person. He met him in a quick play game and flamed him, and then somehow that turned into them adding each other. So now he coaches UOM, and then when I was like looking at like, because I thought I was gonna go to Manchester at one point, so I joined the UOM like Discord server, and said, "Yo, what rank are your guys' teams?" And this guy, I can show you the screenshots. Like this guy messaged me, he was like, "If you're the Stinks, I think you are. You'll have no trouble getting on the team." It's insane glaze, and then well, now it's just dissolved into like he sent me a TikTok the other day saying you'll never find love or something, or like. So now our relationship's changed a little bit here, but basically he's just like, he just started like shit posting on Twitter. He's my son, kind of. I don't think he'd appreciate me saying that, but
You say son. I thought you were just a power couple, to be honest. That's
You
how
do
I
kind of
always.
seem like it,
he
yeah.
literally copied me, bro. I quit the game and he started playing the game and he plays for the same teams and plays the same role. He's played for 721 and Galera. He's played for the same role, same teams, the same shit posting on Twitter. That was me, bro.
Oh, also, like I hate this so much because I'm from Manchester and I'm literally wearing this shirt. But shout out to Liverpool's team because they went really far and they did really well this season. And like it's quite sad to think because if I didn't get my degree apprenticeship, I would have either been going to Uni of Manchester or Uni of Liverpool, and me and Tommy on the same team would have been a sight to see. I'm not gonna lie.
That would have been
So-
crazy.
That would have been
just
some
been
words said by that bad
yeah,
guy.
yeah, me and him going at each other's throats constantly, but we're playing well.
I'm
Multiple,
talking about
multiple.
multiple.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they did insane. That reverse sweep against Oxford is a sight to see. I really wanted to get one on this, but we didn't manage to do it because I chose the people before their match happened, so I had no idea that they were actually going to be insane. But then having to what happened? They had to cancel the match or something because they couldn't play. I mean, yeah,
I don't
unfortunate.
know. Yeah, the entire story. I don't know.
Yeah, you need to find Nev on Twitter, and there you go. The entire story is there somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, but let's do the exciting bit now. If everyone is ready, we're gonna go on to the quiz. Okay. Mr. Producer, if we could go to the first slide of the quiz, if that is possible. Don't reveal any questions just yet. Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Interesting.
Christmas quiz. Okay.
There we go. Okay, so this is straight up ripped from another one that I did for Warwick, but you guys have got to be ready. The way we're gonna do this is that you're gonna type your answers at the same time in the unNUELable chat that we have. Okay, there's a mix of questions. I believe there's 13 questions, so we're gonna be speeding through. Although I do need to find question 1. Oh my goodness, hang on a second. The first questions are gonna be Winter Wonderland general knowledge. So hopefully you're ready for a bit of Christmas spirit. This isn't the first question, Mr. Producer. Take us back a slide. Take us back.
Unusable cock just muted, bro.
Take us back. There we go. Okay, here we go. Question 1. In what year was Winter Wonderland first introduced? It's an easy question. All you need to do is type.
Oh, just
Okay.
Wait.
What I would do is count you down. That might be easier. Otherwise. Okay.
I was okay.
All right. Here we go.
By
3.
Winter Wonderland, do you mean the event?
The event, yes. The Winter
Yeah.
No,
Wonderland.
I mean the place in London.
Right, you've ruined it now. Not funny anymore. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my god, no way.
Yes, you're all correct. Wow, it's 2016. It's surely 16
Wow.
2 minutes ago. Okay, next one. Blizzard World and Kings Row have winter variants. Which other 3 maps also have winter variants? So I'm looking for 3 map names that also have winter variants.
Oh god, I can't even get one. Oh my god.
They might not be competitive maps anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If they were at all ever. Think about that. I'm looking for 3.
I don't think I've ever two.
Wait.
One of
Give a point
these.
for each.
Yo. This is difficult.
Presidio.
You gotta know your Christmas Winter Wonderland.
I'm not a very jolly person.
Oh, this is really annoying me now. I can't. Oh god.
What's
Wait.
funny is that you guys have probably played along right within in the other episodes, thinking, "Oh, this shit's easy," and now here you are in the hot
Yeah.
chair.
No,
Okay.
This has to be the hardest question ever.
All right, here we go. 3, 2,
Episode 1.
1, go. Type. Okay, so the correct answers are Hanamura. Yes, that had a winter one. Black Forest is also correct, and Eco Point Antarctica is correct. So Yuki, you get 1. Sticks, you get 2, and Horrocks, you get 2 as well. So
isn't that already snowing anyway?
Yeah, isn't it?
Why
Isn't it in
not?
Antarctica? This is like
no, it has like Christmas lights and stuff on it. If we went to
yeah.
one of the game modes, which might be a question in a minute.
utter woke nonsense, bro.
Okay,
What is that?
woke nonsense. My bad. Question 3: in May's snowball offensive, how many snowballs can you carry after fully reloading at snow piles?
Right,
So how many can you carry in total once you reload at all the snow piles?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2,
I'm feeling.
1, go.
Oh.
Okay, Yuki, you're a bit delayed, but I'll let you.
Yeah,
on.
I was a bit late. I kind of pressed the button a bit late. I missed
Alright.
the button. I pressed hashtag.
Wait.
Surely not copy Horrocks' answers. The
I
answer
did
is
not copy
3.
Horrocks.
The answer is 3.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I
Okay.
like.
Also, I'm really not following along with the scores. I'm gonna have to look at this in a minute. Okay.
Is that a
Question.
post-edit thing?
Usually Kai does it in post edit, but I usually keep track. I should have been doing this. Okay, I'll do it whilst we do the next question. Question 4: the Yeti Hunter game mode takes place on what map? And I want you to be specific about what map it is because it is a very particular map.
Oh, I should know this.
Easy.
Bosh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
got it.
Okay, you're all ready. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, very good. Very,
Hey.
very good. Okay, you guys were fast on that. All right, so now we're going to move on to the next set of questions, which means, Mr. Producer, you can actually change the slide.
Shut up, UNESCO.
That's the PG version, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Who says this? So you're now going to see Christmas voice lines from different heroes, and you got to tell me which hero says this voice line. Okay, take us to the first one. Okay, you need to type in chat who says this voice
Who
line.
spams this in my? There's one player that always spams this voice.
Yeah, that's why I popped it in. I thought you guys might know this one.
What?
I think it's a certain player from a certain region, and that's why he's okay. I might be wrong.
There's a few regions and a few players in each one, mate.
I,
I don't know if that narrows it down very
there's,
much.
there's a certain band player that I think spams this. I might be wrong.
But trust me, I don't think so.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Trust me.
Horrocks, are you ready?
Yeah, go on then. Why not?
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. All of you are wrong. I don't know how that's possible.
Wait, was it Farah?
No, this is a Doomfist voice line. It's the hot cook.
Oh my
It's
god. Yeah, no, I remember it now.
Yeah, that's the Doomfist voice line. I'm not gonna try and say it because that's gonna be very embarrassing. But Doomfist, 0 points. Okay.
Oh, you say it.
I think you can do it.
Go ahead.
I'll save myself. I'll save myself this time. Okay, next one. Next one, quickly. Can't I guide your way tonight? This is one of my favorite ones to spam.
You should say that to your lady friend, Sticks.
I swear that's a Santa voice line.
Sounds like a
Santa voice line.
Can't do.
Who the
I'm
fuck
level
said
2.
this?
I hit level 2 in the server. I don't know.
I'm just hearing that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer song, bro.
That's a good hint. That's a very good hint. Maybe think about that.
I don't think Rudolph.
Oh,
Oh,
is it this one?
All right, are we ready? 3, 2,
No.
1, go. Type. Yes, it is Arissa. No answer. No answer from Sticks, but yes, it is Arissa.
Sticks gave it away to us.
Fine.
No, I only
Okay.
got it because you said Rudolph, and I remember she had a Rudolph skin. So
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Fortnite skin. You know the Fortnite skin with like the
I haven't played
fucking
Fortnite since
antlers and shit.
2017.
Classic.
Rudolph Reindeer,
Oh,
Raider,
Ranger.
Sticks is like 12 years old, so of course he
Rudolph
remembers
Raider.
Okay,
I've been playing OG Fortnite. You know, it's fun. I'm waiting for rank to come out. I'm trying to get Unreal. It's fun. OG Fortnite.
OG Fortnite better than Moth Meta, surely.
Yeah.
Right, that's gonna be the way. All right, this voice line. If you hear this in the voice, you'll know exactly who says this. This is a certified Christmas classic.
Oh, you say the voice. How about you do the voice again?
Yeah, can
Like-
you do it the voice? Yeah, give us a hint. Come on.
This one doesn't need the voice. I think if as soon as I say which hero it is, you'll know.
I think I know.
Okay.
Wait. Let me. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah.
No. It's Junkrat. This is the Junkrat.
Yeah.
It's snowing, boys. I'm literally not doing it.
It's snowing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one. That is actually the one. Okay, there we go. And then next one. Here we go. So you guys have got pictures of 2 Christmas maps. What I need you to do, and Mr. Producer, you can go to the next slide. I want you to put a cross on the map and then put in the chat where this is and on what map.
I have a story to tell about this. Where I think this is, I have a little story about one of your players that I'd love to tell, actually.
So we also guessed the map then.
Yes,
Well,
but you'll guess.
I mean, if you don't know what map this
Nothing,
is,
isn't
but
it?
yeah.
Wait, let me find a way to do this on my phone. Wait a sec.
Oh god.
Oh no. Okay.
We've got a big red arrow.
What the fuck? Oh, that's the wrong map.
I think it's here.
Yo, I've faded out of existence. There we go.
I'm worried. It's me on the fade.
Right. I've done a nice little neat cross for you, Matt.
Oh, thank you very
I
much.
put a big red arrow. Like
Thumbnail arrow.
I put a circle.
Okay.
I might be wrong.
Are you guys ready? Are you ready to submit it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 3,
hold on.
2, 1,
Wait.
go.
Yeah.
Wait,
Post. Yeah, post.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
it is there. Yeah, I think.
You can go to the next slide, Mr. Producer, and you should have the answer.
Oh,
It's
come
there.
on. Come on.
I mean, Horrocks is exactly right. Sticks? Okay, Sticks, I'll give you
You
half.
can do some rounding. You can do some
Correct.
rounding.
I'll give you half a point for the gross room. And Yuki, Nah, that's just
I mean, it's in
valid.
a building.
I was gonna put it there, to be fair. And then I thought,
Yeah.
hold on. Yeah.
What secret factor did you want to tell us?
Well,
if
no,
you-
it was just in that room. There's a mini or a mega? I can't remember. There's a health pack in
mega.
that room. There's a mega in that room. And it's about J9. There was a scrim while I was on gas tier 3. I think it was a scrim. It was either a fisherman or a scrim, and he was asking for help on the off angle. So I was like, I will help. I will shoot their tracer. And this guy, instead of blinking into the health pack, walks into it because apparently he didn't expect me to shoot the tracer or hit my shot. So he gets the health pack stolen and gets one clipped. So
That's my goat. That's my goat.
My
Don't,
goat.
don't, don't
As
talk
soon
about
as you
my
said
goat.
gas tier 3, I knew it was gonna be like
yeah, and then complains at me and says, it's like, oh, you should have shot her. I was like, my bad. I should
That
have
bit's
shot.
more understandable. That sounds like J9.
Okay.
It's just the amount I got told off yesterday, and when I say yesterday, this is Sunday, so just after NSC finals. The amount I got told off for not lamping him was unreal.
Limrack slapped me.
He would have gotten that from Booga. Yeah, Booga shouting at Limrack's not lamping him. That's
Yeah.
it. I wonder where he learnt that.
Okay, next one. Bring us on. Where's this? This should be
Oh.
an easy one, I hope.
I have no idea.
You do.
Okay,
you
so-
do. Think about it.
Like I've just
Oh.
Matt Murray, like the controllers, like this is a scuffed ass.
Yeah, this is the only way I could do it. This is Xbox screenshots right here.
Dear Lord.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh wait, is this which one's this? Oh, this is map. Don't save.
X marks the spot, boys.
Bro, where? Hold on. What? Was it here? Yeah, I'm gonna put it here.
Sticks, are you ready?
Yeah.
The
I'm
trip
ready.
of it.
I don't think she's out the window. She's probably on your other side, right?
No, okay, no.
Just
sounds
reaching
like-
over.
Mopping, but like weirdly. It sounds like they're mopping the floor, like the ceiling beneath me, like my floor.
We can't hear
That's
anything.
crazy.
Don't worry.
No, I can though. I don't.
Let's
How
get the
come this is
answer.
going on, bro?
Okay, here we go. Put in the chat in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I left my. I think that.
Okay.
That that green one. That's my cursor. That's my cursor.
Okay, that's your
It's where the
cursor.
arrow is. It's where the arrow is.
Okay, do you want to show us on the map on the slides? It's just there
I got
underneath the turret, which I think I'm probably give to all of you, right? Yeah, you all get that. You all get that point.
Somewhere.
Okay, and then I think maybe the final one for this section. Where's this?
What?
You're right there, Sticks. Bloody hell. All
I was
right.
gonna say easy peasy lemon squeezy, but I guess I got struck down.
Oh wait, is it what I think it is?
No, I don't think it is.
What
Why
you on
is it-
about?
Why is it so dark? I'm in your head. Oh, I've just erased the whole screen.
Great stuff.
Oh,
Is it? This is.
the old age just catching up with them. It's fine.
You know what, Matt? You are right. When you're watching this on stream, you're like, "This is so easy. How are they not getting this right?" And then as soon as you're up here, it's
Oh
a
yeah, I
different
know.
It's the pressure. It's the
Yeah.
pressure. And also, you probably don't see this like
Which
that
side
often,
is it on?
or
Though?
once a year, I suppose.
I know where it is.
I normally don't play Overwatch around Christmas. 'Cause
Okay,
I'm
I think I know.
spending time with my family.
I don't think this is a Christmas like exclusive thing.
Oh, the snowman's exclusive.
The snowman.
Well, I don't think the snowman's like the key. It's like, oh shit, the snowman. I know where it is. Like, yeah, that's
Okay.
aggressive. That's aggressive.
Are we ready?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1, post.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. And show us on the slides. It's just on the
What?
archway
Oh,
for
yeah.
point 3.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna
Horrocks,
put it,
you
I was gonna
nailed
put
it.
it there, but it looked too dark.
Sticks nailed it as well. Okay, so 1 point for Sticks, 1 point for Horrocks. Okay, and now the next one. Now, Horrocks, you thought you'd escaped, but in Christmas spirit,
Oh
we
my
had to
god.
have one round, surely, or at least 3 rounds of
I'm locked in.
Three? Oh
Guess
my
it's been
god.
Christmas edition.
I'm
Here we
locked
go.
in.
Right.
Well, yeah,
I
Yuki's gonna catch up now. Yeah.
I need 1 point for the skin and 1 point for the hero. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Who's this? Whose foot or feet?
I ain't into that mechanical stuff, though. What?
I don't know, but yeah, he wanted the real deal. He's disappointed. What? I don't know about you guys, but I don't spend time looking at.
Well, it's not even feet. I just don't know the skin. Like I've never seen that thing in my life.
Yeah, I've never seen that good.
Maybe think about the stance. The stance might be helpful.
The stance.
That's usually easier than actually guessing anything else.
What do you mean by that? What, like they all look the same?
No, but you know the different heroes stand in different ways. You know, like an Orisa standing up looks very different to a Tracer standing up.
Oh, so it's not Orisa then.
I'm also not a cosmetics enjoyer, so I don't know like a lot of skins.
What character is? I thought it was Orisa. What character is it?
Wait, it's not
You guys want to go in a different call.
Yeah, it's not. Like, he just said Orisa. So like that's what it is now.
Oh, so it's not Orisa, right? I thought it was.
You gotta put your guesses in. 3, 2, 1. Post.
Anyway.
None of you are correct. This is go to the next slide.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I thought like the foot in front of the other. That might have been a clue.
I didn't see the foot. I'm gonna be honest.
I thought you just took a picture of 1 foot low key.
Okay, next one.
Oh, I got this.
No, this might be a little bit more obvious.
I think
you got that bit too fast.
Okay, if I make it obvious, I know what skin it is. That like I can't remember what the skin's called. It's like
the skin name is quite funny. I quite like the skin name.
But I'm trying to think of what like it's called for the skin name because I know what it's based on, but I just can't. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
I don't even have the skin.
2, 1, go.
Yo.
Oh,
not Mercy, bro.
Yuki is so close. Show us on the slides.
Oh, it is Diva, isn't it?
Diva slaying.
Okay, you can give me that. Come on.
Yeah, I'll give you the point. Give you the point. Diva slaying. Yeah.
I know my Diva feet. Don't worry.
God's sake. Right.
Okay, it all comes down. Oh my god, I'm blurry all the time. It comes down to this last question because it's actually very close.
I told you I was going to catch up.
Show us the final foot.
Oh yeah. I know.
Oh.
Wait, I know the song. Not song.
Song. Yeah. I don't know how to spell it though.
There's some confidence here though.
I think I know this man's feet quite well.
I'm familiar.
Ooh.
I dabbled.
Okay, if you guys are ready, type in the chat. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
Goblin Life Reaver, that's
Styx gets it exactly right. It is Krampus Junkrat is the skin.
It's too easy.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. So you get a point and
I thought
Horace
it was
gets
Life
0
Reaver.
points. Okay, so
Horace said he's
I can reveal, unless I've really messed up the scoring, which is entirely possible because I was very bad with it this time. In third place is Styx on 8.5 points, hopefully.
What? I was in third place.
What?
And in joint first place.
Oh my god.
With 9 points.
It's a tiebreaker.
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 I called for a tiebreaker.
Okay. I'm gonna find a foot. Wait,
He's gonna find a foot. Oh.
Okay, I should have a spare foot somewhere lying around. Okay, I want the name of the skin and the hero.
I got it.
Do you know the skin?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm cooked.
Oh my god, it comes down to
I'll
this.
write my answers. I know it doesn't count, but I'll write my answer too.
I'm always
You only have Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. It is Rhyme Sigma. It is Rhyme Sigma. So, after an amazing comeback in the foot section, who would have thought? It is Yuki who is crowned.
Let's go.
Winter champion, winter feet champion.
Winter feet champion.
You'll roll for this. Yeah, congrats, I suppose. If you want the congratulations, you deserve it.
Yeah, no, I don't. I really don't.
Oh, there it is.
Guys, I'm normal. I'm just of good memory. I'm just of good memory.
Yeah, I think I've had the best outcome out of this, winning until the feet section. And I think
I think I'd agree, honestly. You've preserved your reputation as much as possible.
I don't have a reputation to preserve.
Okay, here we are. It's the final bit now. It's the wrap-up section. Does anyone have anything they want to say before we close this out? Any final remarks?
I need to eat
Don't-
lunch, bro.
no,
Horrocks, when
Okay.
was your last Ajax in recent memory?
ooh, it's actually been a while, you know. I'm not fresh.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
No, because I've been playing Juno. I don't know, like,
You can raid Ajax.
yeah, oh yeah, I've done many of those. Yeah, I've done a lot of Rajaxes. I did one in NSE actually. That's why that's part of the reason why we didn't qualify. I did one. It was Kings Row at Arch. I remember it like it was yesterday.
We end the episode on a Rajax. That's
On a
that's actually
Rajax, yeah.
a way to end. But thank you all for being on the episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope everyone watching enjoyed. It's been a very different style. You guys have seen, I think, 12 people plus my unfortunate face the whole time. But thank you so much for watching. Episode 9 is going to be an exciting one. It's going to be very different because we're going to be talking about a tournament. So get ready for that.
Oh, big
But
Warwick.
thank you all. Yes, a big Warwick tournament is incoming.
Warwick
Hopefully,
tournament, oh my
you
God.
guys all play as well
Is
because
the meeting for Big Warwick after this one?
yes, big work meetings always at the end to decide whether we need to cull anyone from the episode, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you guys are good, except for Yuki in the feet. That might be a bit dangerous. That might be some propaganda. Yeah.
The man in his feet is a dangerous aspect. Let's say that.
Exactly.
Have you ever fully cut someone from an episode?
No, no. We cut Egda off accidentally, but that was on accident. I promise. That he really didn't say anything that bad. We should release the unfiltered cut of that. I think.
Anything that bad?
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. It was just shitting on Newell, which we all do. Oh wait, I just said it. Anyway, let's finish up. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.